Okay, I started recording. We're gonna wait for.
I
not-
have Great Weapon Mastery and I have the Great Weapon Fighting Style.
Ooh.
We're gonna start, and then when Xavier and his daughter join in, that's all cool.
I'm like a bog standard, just champion fighter, human, all that.
Okay, let's see. Where's my tavern music? Tavern happy? No, I'll do. It's better than tavern relaxed. This is too relaxed for tavern happy. Where's the Irish tavern music? Apparently this is Irish tavern music.
This is just for Joe.
Oh, Christ.
Brings back memories of home.
No, I'm just trying to think. It's no fucking Irish bar I've ever been in. Either in Ireland or outside of Ireland. Sounds like that.
To be fair,
Oh, yeah,
I
they do. If you go to an Irish bar in America,
yeah. Have you not been to an Irish bar in America?
Actually, that's true. I've never actually been in an Irish bar in America.
Neither have I.
they like I've been in an Irish pub, in Disney, and literally like every hour they have some sort of river dancing like thing on up on the stage with like you've got the full on like fiddle and band up playing, and it's just incredibly stereotypical. The Americans eat it up.
Yeah, they'd love it. You should. The St. Patty's parade here is terrible. It's mostly Chinese people doing karate and kung fu and stuff.
I mean, you could have probably made it sound a little bit less racist.
I could have.
It's terrible here. It's mostly Chinese people.
Oh damn it! I already started recording. I'm gonna stop recording and start again.
Can I pin that message? to
No,
the
don't
AL?
pin that message in the AL one.
Yes, do it.
No.
Mark, is it Saint Patty with T's or Saint Paddy with D's?
Well, it's either Paddy's Day, St. Paddy's Day, St. Patrick's Day. That's pretty much it. You can't have St. Patty's Day.
No. Yeah. There was,
But the Americans and Canadians don't know what the differences are.
Yeah. But if it's Patrick, then Pat is short for Patrick, so it must be Patty. Christ.
Yeah, but a patty is a hamburger.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
I feel patriotic listening to this.
Good, because
Just like I feel patriotic when I listen to Celine Dion.
yes, I think you do.
Joe's not Irish. That's the joke.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
So, if all you characters are kind of new. I don't think Lee's character's been to Waterdeep before. Does anyone come from around the Waterdeep area from a character background, or want to have come from the Waterdeep area character background? Or are you all just like journeying into the city for the first time? This city, by the way, is so big, it's pretty much a lot of little smaller cities connected together.
Ed raised his hand.
Cadros would have done his training in Waterdeep.
Okay, brilliant.
Not originally from there, but that's where he did his training.
So, a bit of background about what's going on. There's a whole bunch of rumors that have been going around recently. This might be a good reason for why you'd be here looking for this stuff. There's a map that's been like, well, there's actually a bunch of maps currently out there at the minute. No one knows which one's the true one or whatever, but there's rumors of this actual map leading to this massive treasure within Waterdeep. And there's like rumors all across all the streets and on every corner, every bar, every tavern about this map.
Who needs a map?
Yeah, so people are out to get it. You guys looking for general treasure, general work, all that stuff. Map would be cool, but it's like almost like winning the lottery. So whatever. But you go, you all sort of either you're at the bar or you're entering together. Is anyone like together with someone else? Like, are you like in a group already? Do you want to have like like I don't think Lee's character would have met any of you guys, being that she's actually, so she can already be in the tavern if she likes.
Well, like being tieflings, we probably know each other.
Yes. You and I at least.
You gotta stick together, right? Getting the tiefling side of
well,
town.
Like yeah, I mean, like we may come from like opposite ends of the globe, but we're tieflings, so we must know each other.
Yeah, they always joke about that abysmal language you speak. No?
What infernal?
Whatever. Right.
Mark, I think, was trying to play on Abyssal.
I know exactly what he was trying to do. I just wanted to shut it down.
Okay.
I just didn't want to break the long. I just didn't want to break the long silence after that.
Dark inspiration for all. Okay, fine. Whatever. I know who to target first. So you two are coming in together. So that's Kane and Cadrus, is it?
Yep.
I gotta make
Cadrus,
these
yeah.
names bigger. I can't read. I'm getting blind. Okay.
Fucking Lee cutting shapes right at the back there.
And then Lee, can you change your name to Zanavia? And then Skog or Skog? Skog.
Okay.
Skog, I think.
It's your name.
Skog.
What do you mean you think? Skog. Right.
It's Swedish for forest.
For a change,
Oh, okay.
Joe is the only English person here.
Does not have the little dots over the O for no.
I don't think so.
No, you put that above the A instead.
Or was it? Oh no, it's Swedish for wise. And our blog
Forest
is
wise.
Bible.
Yeah. Okay. So Skog, you're coming from what? Some sort of faraway forest.
Some forest in the middle of nowhere.
Some forest, middle of nowhere, and you're
Faraway-
coming into
faraway,
Waterdeep.
yeah.
You.
Faraway land of Birmingham.
So you're coming towards the Green's Rest. You know, this is the whole reason you're coming here. It's green. It's like forest. This is probably the best inn in town for you. The rest of you also are going to Green's Rest. That's just happenstance, but
Why would I go to Green's Rest?
because it's in your area, that's why. And also because it doesn't actually give very much reasons for why you would do anything.
We'll go to
You
Green's
have any
Rest
of your
because
area?
it fills out the primary color.
Yep.
Thing we've got going on here. So Cadrus is blue, I'm red.
Yeah.
And then
Joe,
green.
it's Skog.
Well,
Skog.
Anyway,
We
Zanavia,
do it because the module says so.
Zanavia, as you are contemplating why you came to Green's Rest, this Durgar in the corner just immediately enlarges.
Motherfucker.
as that's
Fucking
happening,
funny bone.
Skog is wandering outside going, Green's Rest, I like it. And you hear this crashing inside as a table upends as the Durgar enlarges.
I like
Kane and
to think that's just a
Cadrus.
canon thing when they get drunk.
I like to think he just bashed his funny bone and accidentally activated it as a reaction.
Sorry, I didn't mean to click that over.
Kane and Cadrus, you are just sort of like coming up as well. You see this druid standing outside looking and wondering, is it really green inside or is it just a name? And you also hear the upending of a table and these deep gruntle noises and then some sort of shouts from inside.
Hey, dude, go back down.
What? You calling me small?
If ever,
No, I'm
like,
calling you abnormally large right now.
if you could say if it's saying get down to any man worked, it'd be great. It doesn't work like that.
So he pushes the table even more so out of the way
Starts
and
taking
yells
his
at you,
left
"You're
arm.
calling me abnormal?"
No, I'm just telling you.
And you
you're-
hear someone from the other side of the room going, "Yeah, she's calling you abnormal."
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that you are destroying this place. I want to have a drink. Sit down.
Well, if I'm destroying this place, I think I'll destroy more. And he grabs the table and
Cadrus,
throws
I
it
think
at
we
you.
should go to another
Okay,
establishment.
that's when I grab my great sword and
Yeah.
get ready.
Cadrus and I are gonna keep walking and just go to another place.
May I before we start, just show this to everyone. You're gonna have to enlarge it and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll grab it and
Oh,
say.
that is a lot of reading.
Like, I won't actually take it. I'll grab the handle and say, sit down.
Yeah, so if you do not want to be killing people in Waterdeep or doing any of these other crimes, as it could very well retire your character. In a way, this is worse than the death curse. Or at least if you're fine having killed anyone. Doing it in a tavern is obvious. Death sentence kind of thing.
I feel like Ed, how tall is
Disturbing the
Cadris?
peace.
Ed,
So Mark,
Yes.
I grabbed.
how tall is Cadris?
Like, I don't actually grab the like entire sword out. I like grab the
That'd be
hilt.
fine though.
Well,
Sit.
he's coming. He doesn't throw the table fully at you. It's kind of just like throwing it in your direction. It sort of like hits the ground and doesn't hit you at all. But he's not coming at you with weapons or anything. He's just got big ass fists. And everyone inside can hear all the stomping and yells, and you can hear fight, 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 fight from a whole bunch of other
Go somewhere else.
crowd. So what are you guys outside doing?
Going somewhere else. This sounds dangerous. Like,
Someone-
I'm out.
So as you hear the noise of fighting starting, some body of a person gets thrown out the door, and you can see inside, and it's all decorated green. There's like a whole bunch of leafy things all around the tables, and you know there's like the bar itself looks almost like a kind of like foresty jungle thing.
This place sounds great. I'm going in.
Okay, Cadris, let's go and get a drink somewhere else. This is dangerous. Like, a bar fight has already started. God, shocking.
So the Durgar comes towards you, Zanavia.
Okay.
He's like, "You don't call me abnormal. I got a soul inside of me that's just saying I'm normal. I just want to be normal. I didn't mean to do this. It's not my fault." And he goes to swing at you.
Okay.
He's gonna miss as you just kind of like block pretty easily his miserable swing. What are you doing, Miss on the switch?
Yeah. I am going to try to grapple him.
We'll go for it.
What kind of
How
roll
tall,
is that?
how tall
He's
are
a
you?
large character. No,
5'9".
he's got advantage.
Right, okay. So you're a little
I'm-
bit taller than me, but you probably look a lot taller than me because I'm hunched over because I'm.
I'm 5'10".
I'm 4 foot.
I'm
Mark,
5'8", but I
what kind
probably
of
look
roll
about
is it?
5'6".
Strength.
strength
It's like
or
that's athletics. Athletics. Can I see?
25.
Oh wow, yeah, you definitely. So as he swings around, you grab his arm, and you've got him. You've got his giant arm in one of your hands.
I want to pin him.
Do you have the grappler feet?
No.
I mean, you can try
Do
and
you
knock
need
him
the grappler
prone.
feet to do that?
You can knock someone prone, and because
Yeah,
you're
you can-
grappled, they
you
can't
can shove-
move.
yeah, you can shove them prone, like
Yeah.
with a shove action.
So if you want to try and shove him prone, now you got him. Make another
Yeah.
athletics check. Oh wow,
Wow.
he's got an advantage, which definitely helped, but wasn't enough. I don't think he can possibly beat that. Right. And you push him down to the ground, one arm up behind his back. He's going, "Oh, get off of me!" And you're like standing on his back.
I want to use my rope to tie his arm.
Okay, so you give him both his arms, tie them up. "Oh, it's not fair. You just called me abnormal. Is this your fault?"
I said abnormally large.
"See, you're still saying it." He's clearly drunk as well. The rest of the ones in the bar are like kind of going, "Fight, fight, fight, fight," and they see that it's kind of dying down. The guy who was outside's kind of like crawling back in again through the door, and someone's going, "Sorry, I pushed you out the door. I didn't really know that we weren't going to do a real fight here." And Skog, you've got an eel sitting in front of you already. Someone else's eel, probably.
Fine by
It's
me.
kind of just moved over there. They moved out of the way. Everyone's moved around. It's like musical chairs.
Now then, are you going to calm down?
I was always calm.
No, you weren't.
You're right. Fine. I will sit back at my table.
I first drag him, put him in his seat, and then untie the rope.
And then he shrinks.
There.
Welcome
You
to
just-
Waterdeep.
He sits there, Sits
and then I
there.
start coiling my rope. Put it back.
Okay. And then you go back and sit down. And you've noticed that during this small period of time, a few people have left the inn, the tavern, in lieu of, oh no, there's going to be a fight. But not really, I guess. So, where did you other guys go?
Now the music has stopped.
Oh.
Cadros will head for the stage and to take a slot at some performance.
Are you in a different tavern?
Because we headed up to
So, Waterdeep's a big city. There'll be taverns like kind of scattered all around the place. The next nearest one will be like a block away.
Splits party within a minute of playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going so well so far.
Blame
It's
Mark
exactly
for
as I
starting a bar
imagined.
fight without our consent.
I'm sorry.
I didn't make it a bar fight. I literally just like
Yeah.
ended
Thankfully
it.
for ends.
Yeah,
it
but
so
they
quickly.
tried to stop the bar fight. They tried to start a bar fight. We didn't start the fire.
So, you guys can come across an inn. We'll call it the Crimson Status. It's much more
Crimson,
posh.
I like it.
Status. And they make sure that it's pronounced status and not status. Anyone who tries to pronounce it status, they're like thrown out. They're very particular, and they're wrong, but they're particular about it. So,
I
You
don't
get-
know. I mean, status is pretty much how it's pronounced.
whatever. You will fit right in. So,
I mean,
Not a
just
compliment.
because you've been North Americanized doesn't change the pronunciation of the word status.
shh, status. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They make sure they say it's status. So you're in there, Ed. You start putting up a bit of a tune. They've kind of got a band already going. So why is there an eel on the page? And also, so you have to kind of like push
Well,
them out of the way, kind of thing,
no, I
or
would wait. Kind of in the wings with my swarm in hand. And to kind of because I have the entertainer background,
okay.
which gives me by popular demand. I can always find a place to perform, usually in an inner tavern or possibly with a circus. Well, we'll say inner tavern.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I kind of interpret that as that I have the kind of
Yeah.
once there's kind of a break and I can kind of attract the attention of like maybe the depending if it's a mixed band like the drummer or something, just kind of go, if there's just if there's a slot, if you want to take a 5-minute break, I can kind of fill in.
After about 20 minutes or so, you've inquired maybe to the barkeep and to them whenever they stop and have a get themselves a bit of a drink for their parched throats and things, and you find they're a band who come here kind of like twice a week, every week. They're quite routine, so they don't want to play with you, but they said, hey, look, we're looking at going off on a break for like half an hour. If you want to fill in for us during that time, be great. So
I can most certainly fill in.
So, when the time comes round, maybe about half an hour later, they give you the stage, and the kind of bar goes all quiet, and they look at you.
Yeah, I do an elaborate bow, one foot in front of the other, and sweep my arm across me and say, I'm most recently come to Waterdeep and find that some of the songs are perhaps a little staid. I trust you would allow me a few moments to provide you some new and interesting melodies that perhaps you may not have heard before.
Okay, they're all still staring at you quietly.
I put my swarm to my lips.
I'm just gonna sit at the back at a table reading my book.
Put my swarm to my lips and hope I don't fuck up the performance roll.
Go for it.
Because what is a bard without a performance? A
Well,
bad bard.
that would be
is-
yeah,
is-
that would be it.
They're just not ready. I'm quite
Yeah.
avant-garde in my styling.
It's kind of almost like a hostile kind of like tavern. They're all just like, "What's the new guy? What's he gonna do? Not really. Don't really like that style of music. It's not really my thing."
Yeah.
He doesn't meet the status quo. He does not.
From in the back, sort of like sitting on my own.
It's not going well for your friend.
Yeah, I was going to. Yeah, can I use the thaumaturgy cantrip because of my tiefling?
I was just about to do the same thing.
Just to make one sound sort of like originate from the back, maybe the other side of the hall. It's just someone going, "Whoa, yeah!"
Sure.
That's exactly
Make a.
what I was about to
I want
do.
you to make a deception check for that. Whoa, yeah.
A deception check.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you make a pretty convincing. Woo, yeah. Sounds like a real person doing it. Sounds like they're actually excited for the performance. No one else is kind of joining in, and there's a bit of confusion. But you feel almost some people are starting to reconsider, going, maybe it's not my style of music, but perhaps it's still kind of cool and different. Maybe I could get into this. But you haven't really convinced. I'll let you make one more performance check, Ed, for the second half after the woo, yeah.
Where I'm seriously ripping melodies apart at this
Yeah.
point and putting together in ways they've never heard.
But
before.
one person believes in you, and that's all you need. Oh,
Yes.
and that is all you needed. And it's sort of like it comes together a bit better now. You've got your confidence back, and people are like, you know what? This is actually not too bad, not too shabby. It's a different kind of style, but I think for
Yeah.
the other 15 minutes of the time that he's on, it will be worthwhile listening to the rest. So you get your lodging and woo, yeah, guy at the back. Will find his
Which
way
is
getting
repeated
there.
occasionally and sounds exactly the same each time.
Yeah. So you guys are all right for the rest of the night in the other bar. Back there. Innkeeper just keeps feeding you food and drink as you wish, and then the night kind of passes without much of a problem. Skog, you kind of like the kind of atmosphere of in here. Lots of leafiness. There's these floating balls of glass that kind of emit lots of light inside. They just kind of hover there, and they're kind of a green kind of light that's coming down through everything. You can feel it's kind of it must be like a magical light. This isn't something that you normally get from candles or lanterns or anything. And it really adds to the atmosphere of the bar.
I can say they're really sticking down on this theme, aren't they?
Yeah, this is actually in the module as well.
Mostly.
So yeah, you'll be able to get yourself a room if you're wanting a room for the night, and if you're all happy, we can just try and move across to the morning because this part's supposed to take 15 minutes, and that wasn't even part of the part. So coming around to the morning, get yourselves food and stuff, and you guys in the Green's Rest, Zanafia, this barkeep comes over to you. He's a he's a dwarf himself, and he says, "Hey, miss.
Yeah.
During all that there fighting last night, I think you might have dropped this here piece of paper." And he holds it out to you. It's like a rolled up scrolly thing.
Well, I'll look at it.
Sure. So you open it up, and so you see this, and it's clearly a map. There's no name on the map, but whenever you hold it up, one of the drift globes that are floating by, the green things, as it moves past you, this big A thing at the top, this glyph, starts to glow gold.
Weird.
And the innkeeper goes, "Huh, didn't see that before."
Sorry, sir. This doesn't belong to me.
look, with the bit of bustle and hustle last night, I don't really mind too much who it gets, who owns it. Just a whole bunch of random people left, and I have no idea who it was, and I do not want fighting for this. Please just take it, do with it what you will. It's well, look, I came to you partly because you look big and strong, and because this is probably one of those treasure map things that they're looking for right here. And you know,
sir, this does not belong to me. Please have it back.
quest over. Look, listen, you get yourself and some other people, maybe you can go and sort this out. And you know, hey, I'll give you a free meal and drinks. And if you have if you got a story to come back, and you know, if there's a little bit of treasure there, you might be able to give me a little bit percentage of your finder's fee of such.
Oh, sure.
Well then, brilliant. We'll count it as free breakfast this morning for yourself. Now you go find yourself some cohorts to help out. And he looks around the bar, like, most of the guys in here are kind of just miserable and ugly. And wait, that guy over there, he's not too bad looking. And he points to this
miserable.
ugly ass human, like, wait a minute, pushes him out of the way, and then points at Skog. There we go. Or Skog.
He may not be pretty, but he's not miserable.
He's still looking at all the leaves. He likes the bar. I saw him looking last night. I think he'd be a good match for this thing that we got going. I like this party already.
The NPC much?
Yeah, right?
Hello, adventurer. I am insert name here. Let me join you.
Greetings, citizen.
It's like it's Mark's every bartender.
Shut up! I just fall into patterns. It's so easy. To be fair, the bartender in Tales of Youngboy was much more stern.
Yes, because he's an actual named NPC.
This guy's a named NPC as well. I think he's got a husband.
Oh, he has hit points. Does he have hit points?
Oh no, he's not. He's not one though. He doesn't have a good stat block, but he has a husband.
No, but he has a stat block.
No, he doesn't. He's a. Oh, actually, it doesn't even say if he's a commoner. No, he is. No, he is not. It doesn't say what he is. Anyway.
Oh, if he doesn't have a stat block, never mind.
Yeah, he's not. He's not coming on the quest with you. He didn't say that once. He wanted you guys to go
that
into.
wasn't what I was referring to at all.
Okay. Well, either way, it doesn't. They only have a stat block to have a personality. A lot of them have a whole bunch of stuff at the back of these modules and all saying like who they are and everything. But you don't have to actually have fighting stat blocks.
Personality, whatever your normal bartender is.
Mark's
Go with that.
bog standard bartender.
There is a personality here, but I'm pretty sure I screwed it up. Players drive the action. Yes, they do. Module. Yes, they do. Okay, so Nafia, go and find yourself some tieflings. You know what would be good in this? Tieflings. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose like in the morning, like I'll have like simple food and step outside.
So the bartender does say he tries to push Skog up and like, hey, join us. Come on. There's a map. There's treasure involved. I'll let you stay here for free.
He's a little insane, but just go with him.
And
Was that the druid or?
Skog will look to this hench lady and say, working with her.
No,
You are the hench lady.
Well, I know that. But I tell Skog that the bartender's a little insane, but just go with it.
Okay, I'll just nod.
Just basically just nod and agree.
What's going on here? Yeah.
Hey, so there's a bar down the road, a tavern of sorts called the Crimson Status. They have a more wealthy clientele and some fancier people, but occasionally you get good sellswords in there.
Tieflings.
You can find some you trust, perhaps tieflings. You might be able to get yourselves together a party.
With you said tieflings.
Oh.
Right, it's not my fault you split the party to begin with.
Is that a train going past the bar?
Yeah, you can hear it. Chugga, 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 chugga.
In fact, the whole bar
Railroad!
Look
Chugga,
up outside, they're just doing roadworks, laying down the new train tracks. Yeah, if you hop onto the
detour
Waterdeep
sign.
Railroad, it'll take you right to where you need to go.
Yep, this is true. I hate it when the players split the party. I shouldn't have given you a choice in the matter. Alright.
You should have waited until we're in the bar.
I was thinking that. I was just trying to get you together because you're all like level 1s and new to whatever. So, you haven't like been adventuring too much before.
I have.
Right. So, you go to the Crimson status? Please say yes.
Yeah.
If you don't, I'm still going. I'm going to throw the same encounters for 4 people at 2 of you.
Cadris, psst, I think we should leave early. We get to the library quite early. maybe before the rest of the people wake up.
Oh look!
Yes,
what,
and maybe a trip to the docks would be in order as well. I'd love to see the sun coming up over the
the
ocean.
go
docks
for that.
are
I wanna
the
go to
docks
the
are pretty close to where you are. Actually, you're in the dock quarter.
Is there a library in the dock quarter?
What are all those money symbols?
Who knows?
Cha-ching.
This is just a map I took offline, so online, so I don't know what they are.
Oh, it could just be like them saying all the different inns, maybe for these guys.
It's a lot of areas, but this isn't deep. This is way before the book came out, so this must be in one of the older D&D things. There's a lot. There's like I can see number 553 here or S53, so I have no idea. There's a lot.
Yeah,
anyway,
we
you're
could just hire a boat and go straight to Umberlee's cache.
yeah,
It might
you're,
be.
exactly. It sounds like the best option. You're in the dock quarter somewhere there anyway.
Isn't there a famous inn in this place called the Yawning Portal? Maybe we should go
It's actually outside of the town.
there. Oh,
Yeah, it's on a hill outside of Waterdeep.
maybe we should go there. Let's go to the Yawning Portal and see if there's any quests.
Maybe there's a citadel we need to go to.
Maybe I'll just open up the Waterdeep Dragon Heist book that I have on the on thingy, and then we'll just start the Waterdeep campaign. Will you be happy with that? I was reading a little bit of the background this morning, going, "Huh, this looks interesting."
Choo-choo, all aboard the railroad.
Woo.
Right. Anyway, as they're walking out, trying to get an early morning out to the library, you kind of like pass them in the street. Tieflings as such. Tieflings who look useful. Tieflings who look like well read.
Hi.
And have a certain swagger to them.
Yeah,
Good
a
day.
swagger.
I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, but I do not I do not purchase things off of the street. Good day.
I was just saying hi and good day.
Uh,
So you don't need to be rude.
You catch a glimpse of a rolled
Yeah,
up
just
big
say-
piece of parchment that falls out of her pocket and opens up on the floor as a map.
Good morning, good lady. Good morning, good lady dwarf.
Is it a map to the librry?
No, but it has a weird ogre skull
Well,
on
then
it.
you're useless to me.
It has a skull on it, man. It has a skull.
God, that just sounds dangerous.
You're the worst adventurer ever.
I have the cloistered scholar background.
Look, there's a skull.
Look, it doesn't matter how many times you close that.
There's a
map, it's gonna keep
Birdman
popping up
statue.
on the screen.
Magically flying daggers. Look, this could be a library. It says below this thing.
Yeah.
What's it?
the one
Magically
with-
flying daggers? Why do I want to go there?
You could get a lot of money.
Birdman statue.
You know, if this is the treasure map that you've heard about, you could get a lot of money for books.
Actually, I believe
Mark, you cut off there.
I believe the infernal word for library actually sounds very like below. So this could be a map to the library.
There you go. Your bard is convincing you very well.
No.
You are also in Waterdeep for a little bit of work because your funds are running low.
Yeah.
So library is only so good until you run out of money.
Why is there a
Oh,
statue?
his fun.
Why is
I
there a
was like-
statue to
you're fine.
Michael Keaton in this city?
It's this one here. It says Birdman statue.
Yeah, that's what I mean, Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You actually know of these giant walking birdmen that walk around Waterdeep. They're big enough to hold buildings inside them. They're basically yeah. I did not know this until I read the module. I was like, what the hell is this? Anyway, they're apparently giant walking Aarakocra statues, and you know of one of them in one of the quarters.
Okay, I changed my mind. This sounds interesting. What would happen?
Yeah.
Maybe one of these statues holds a library inside.
No.
So is that
Right,
a?
You're not. Are you the DM?
Oh, this is what she's saying. I don't care what she's saying.
No, it's my character saying this.
Is that a orc skull, or is it a skull of a particular creature?
Or
Give me a nature check,
Nature.
and also Brian, you as well, because you're well read, right?
okay, I don't have proficiency in nature, but sure.
Because you're red. So what your background's like a researcher? Did you say?
Cloistered scholar.
Yeah. So that will do. Nature. Okay.
Oh,
I was about to say if you had been giving me advantage on that, that would have.
Yes. Yes. If I had given advantage to anything that ever happens, yes. But not this time. However, Brian, Kane has read of this stuff, and you've seen it before. Like you've skimmed through anatomy books, whether you've read them or not, and you've seen this skull before. And this is clearly a troll skull. This is.
Sounds dangerous.
Well, who's been Cadris is from Waterdeep.
I've spent quite a few years in.
So-
I've spent probably like 15 to 20 years in Waterdeep.
Oh yeah, so like you'll know there's a place in the northern ward called Troll Skull Alley. There's not very many things that go about troll, anything like that, but Troll Skull Alley is like a well-known place that's kind of dodgy. You know, it's like the murky side of Waterdeep.
Which
The
is already
murky-
murky. to begin with.
Yeah, the murky waters of Waterdeep. Then yeah, this giant statue, you know of these ones that walk around. They're giant Aarakocra. As well as that, magically flying daggers kind of just pings off you a particular area that is also really well known. There's this alley that if you go into, these like daggers just always fly at you. So no one ever goes there. It's crazy. But they'll just like attack anyone who goes into the alleyway.
Waterdeep is so mental.
Yeah, isn't it? These are actually well-known places. However, there's also two other areas in the map. One of them has a big X on it, and there's nothing beside those. So, what you will realize is that if you put this map kind of over a map of Waterdeep, it kind of gives you rough locations which match each one.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go to this troll skull place then.
So like
Sounds like a good idea.
yeah, so I think that top area will actually match the Troll Skull place. In the North Ward, and the Birdman statue roughly, and the Flying Daggers. So the big problem with this is those circles are like many blocks wide, so even if you went to the last one that marked X, you would have a hard time, like many weeks of searching, if you even found it then, of where it would be, because it's like such a big area. So there is a possibility. It looks like someone's been filling out these clues in some sort of time. So if you followed them, perhaps you'd get a,
Yeah.
you know.
And it looks like there's a building next to the Troll Skull, so look for that building on Troll Skull Alley.
Yep,
Yes.
and then we're going under it.
I can happily guide everyone to Troll Skull Alley.
You kind of did. Take you a good hour to probably walk that far. And that was the longest 15 minutes of a setup of a game ever.
Now you know why it takes us weeks to finish an AL mod.
I made the biggest mistake of starting off with a freaking bar fight. It was just like, there's a bar fight last night, but I thought this would be fun. So. Okay, so Troll Skull Alley, North Ward. Yeah, this is a huge ass freaking place. So, Zanafia, do you relay anything else you've learned?
Yeah, I relay basically everything that the barkeep said.
Wow. What does the barkeep say?
It was on the fact that. See,
There'll
Mark,
be
the
booty
issue-
at the end of this map.
Well, yeah, there's treasure most likely,
Oops,
but the issue
wrong
is,
character.
Mark, the info that I have from DMing this when
Oh,
it
right,
was
okay.
still in beta is getting mixed up with the stuff that you've said.
Yeah, I know. That's.
Very different.
I know. It's completely different than whatever was done back like a month ago. Anyway, there is also this big A thing on the map. Did you learn anything about the big A thing?
I was going
Those
to
are
ask.
the magic.
Oh yeah, I'll say with when it was at a drift globe, it lit up.
Wait a minute. Can I do a ritual to detect magic?
Yeah, you can spend 10 minutes while you're walking around to do that. This is not a magical map, but the ink that has done that A thing is. It seems to be some sort of transmutation magic, like in the ink itself.
I'll relay that back to the lads and laddie.
Lady, I think, is perhaps the word you're looking for.
Yeah. So yeah, when it was under the drift globe, it lit up. That might be useful to know.
Two Irishmen and a Scotsman here, and you're going to butcher our language. Laddie.
Does anyone have the ability to create magical light?
No. Well, kind of, but we might also lose the map at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I don't think changing the color of a natural flame temporarily counts as magical light.
No. Well, I mean, if you hold it away from me, I can aim my burning hands up.
I've got fairy fire, but I don't want to use one of my 2 spell slots.
What is this spell slot you
Zanafia, will you make me an intelligence check?
It's fine. It's fine. He just asked for an intelligence check, not a saving throw.
Okay.
Wow.
Fighters are smart.
She has
Yep.
no intelligence.
Well, I threw a bone. I'm gone. Right. So, as you're
Question
debating about it, it probably doesn't make any difference anyway. It's fine.
And could I make any sort of like an
Oh
arcana
wait,
check or
hey!
something?
I've got a question. I want to go to the barkeep.
Hmm.
I want to ask him, hey, one of those drift globes, can we borrow one?
No.
Why?
Well, why you want to borrow it?
Well, because it lights up this magic thingy and it might lead us to the treasure and why no one has been able to find it before.
I want double my original share.
Double
Sure.
zero is still zero.
Sure.
Done. Yes, and he has never once mentioned a percentage.
Okay.
But I want it
Well,
back.
If you so we've now got a drift globe.
I am letting you borrow it. That is all. You bring it back. Deal?
You can speak the command word for a drift globe to make it produce light.
Is it just the A symbol or is it also the circle that's kind of
It's the whole thing, the circle and the A. It's
whole
like a
thing.
glyph kind of thing. It looks kind of interesting. I'm looking for the whole.
Yeah, because I thought it kind of looked like a compass.
It's
like,
not a compassy thing. It is just like a symbol of a particular person or faction or company or something like that. It's like it's a glyph that someone has as a signature as more than anything else, and it's in the place of where you would have the name of a map.
So, is there any way that one of us would know what the symbol is, like whose symbol it is, or what?
Nope.
Or we might have come across it before or something.
You wouldn't have come across this before. It's just too vague to have come across it.
Okay.
Especially at like your level.
Could
Yes,
could I make any sort of check as to determine like the ink they've used is obviously magical. Is there any sort of like could I determine like rarity or anything like how?
Sure, give me an Arcana check.
Yes. Yes.
You're not sure if it's the ink or if it's a spell.
But you said, Skog saw that there was some sort of a transmutation magic coming off of it.
Yeah, so you'll realize that that the ink is it does react to magical light, like the drift globe, like maybe like a light spell, or anything like that. Fire wouldn't do it. Fairy fire probably would. But
it shows as normal ink.
it shows
and
normal
then
ink on
changes to
the
gold.
yeah, and then it like sort of shines gold. Yeah,
Okay, perhaps. Yeah, we should hold on to this drift globe at any
but
rate.
it actually looks like it's done with a special ink and stuff. But it's more the point that it's probably like a high level spell.
Okay.
Right, we should hold on to this drift globe anyway, and then
To Troll Skull Alley.
yeah.
Where are
that
drift
one.
globes? Oh, they're in the DMG, aren't they?
Yeah, there are. You can speak command word, which makes it float, and it can cast the light spell at will, or I think daylight once per day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't use daylight again until dawn.
Right. That's fine. So Zanafia, you've got that in a minute.
Everything we won't keep it.
Pardon?
You won't get to keep it. He wants it back. But
Yeah.
Zanafia, you've got it in a minute. The command word is fiddlywinks.
Of course.
Make sure you remember that, otherwise you're not going to get to use it. Are you having it off or on right now?
Off.
Okay.
For now.
Okay, so you head up the Troll Skull Alley. Takes an hour to get there, so up here, yep. So you get the location as depicted in the map. You see this building, and there's a few buildings around here that are all like kind of similar, but this is the one that you can figure is the most likely kind of candidate.
Mhm.
It's like a 3-story house with round windows and side stairs, coming out the outside of it.
Is there any sort of like outside trapdoor leading down?
You want to investigate around the place?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Give me some give me some perception checks.
Perception.
Yeah, anyone who wants to investigate around, give me some perception checks.
19.
Seems to me no outside sort of doors, so much. No secret doors. There's a clear hidden like hatch that goes into a basement. You know those ones that kind of like sit in the ground, like slightly elevated up, and you can open it, and then there's a staircase down to the basement. There's one of those.
I was about to say, kind of standing, kind of, outside a bit, walking up past on the street, kind of glance in and try and see if I can see anyone moving inside.
You want to look down, try and like look through the cracks, kind of thing.
No, look into the house.
Oh, into the house, sure.
If there's
You have
any
a
windows, try and see if there's anyone inside that are.
to the ground floor windows. You kind of like have a look in it. Seems to be empty at the minute.
I'd like to go up and knock on the door.
The main door. Yep. Knock.
Yeah.
No answer.
Just turn around, give a quick look up and down the street, and see if anyone's kind of paying any particular attention to me. And as I do so, I'd like to kind of reach behind and give the lock a little jiggle.
Sure. First of all, give me a perception check.
Perception check. I can indeed. Perception.
So no one seems to be paying attention. There are a couple of people in the streets, but no one's like looking your way. You wait for the right moment, and you're like, you kind of hand behind your back, you kind of like jiggle it, and it is locked.
Yeah, so I'll go down and join the others and say, and tell them that I don't think there's anyone in the house, but the door's locked.
And you then hear some thumping inside after a moment, coming
No
downstairs.
one in the house, eh?
But then, no, sorry, it's in the house.
No, I know. I was making a comment that he's like, I don't think anyone's in the house. No one in the house.
Thump, thump, thump.
Thump, 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 thump. They're like,
Like a knocking, or like
And
someone
then-
walking.
it's like walking is like pretty hurriedly, like trying to reach the door, and get to the door and so it like, opens it up a little bit. Like here is and it opens up and there's like a chain holding it, so you can only get like an inch or so. And this young boy kind of looks out like, "Who is it?" You still near the door?
No, I'd moved back to the others to tell them that there was no one there.
Oh. Okay then,
Yeah,
and you hear the door click shut.
I'll take a couple of quick steps up towards the door then.
Okay, so you get him before he closes the door again.
And I say, oh, pardon me, good gentleman. I was wondering if your mother was at home, or perhaps your father.
No one's at home. We want no more visitors today. Nope. And he seems kind of nervous.
Yeah. Oh, that's a dreadful shame. I was so hoping to catch up with them again. It seems like so long since I've seen them.
And you can see, like, you can kind of see him in the door crack, and his eyes kind of go in this, like, kind of confused and, like, really suspicious look. Like,
Yeah,
no,
it says,
there'll be no visitors.
You wouldn't remember me. You were just a baby the last time I saw you. You've grown into such a fine young gentleman.
And then he closes the door.
I think Skug will have a laugh at that.
Yeah, then I'll cast message on him.
You can't see him.
I don't need to be able to see him.
There just needs to be a path to them.
Okay, sure.
And I'll just say,
I see you when you're sleeping.
I know when you're awake.
I'll say, perhaps he has a message for my parents.
You hear no response back.
Are you trying to make it sound like he thought that himself?
Yeah.
Rather than it being immediately obvious that it was you speaking to
I
him?
mean, you're using magic to speak in his head, and he's never heard an actual voice in his head like that before. So
Yeah.
that's kind of more going to scare him. If anything. Unless he has done magic in his head before.
Yeah.
Well, you're the DM.
No, I'm just telling you from what you would know. Either way, you don't hear a response back. Well, this is clearly the place you want to be.
Yeah.
He's acting suspicious. You're acting suspicious. Everyone's suspicious.
Yeah, let's have a look at the latch. Is there any locks or anything on that?
On the door itself?
No, the latch or the hatch down to the basement.
You want to try and like jiggle it to see if it's locked, or there's no like padlock on the outside. There's just like two big handles.
Then I'll take a grab for it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like seems to be open.
Then I'll open it.
Okay.
I'm quite straightforward.
Just quite straightforward like that. So as you open it, you see people, a whole bunch of people downstairs, kind of like down in the dark. There is light and stuff down there, but it goes down maybe about 20 feet, and they're kind of all hurrying around. And then as the sort of daylight pours down into it, everyone stops. And then they start scattering everywhere. They're running, quickly, get out! It's the police!
We should use this to our advantage if they think we're the police.
Or, well, not the police, the guard. The guard. It's the guard! So, I was supposed to put on really classy music here. Let me see if I can find a really classy music.
My anaconda don't want none.
Unless you got
Speak
bugs.
easy, speak easy, speak easy.
That's classy music.
No, this is gonna be terrible. Anyway,
Terrible or terrible in a good way?
no, terrible in every way. Like, I don't know what to search properly for it. What do you call the one where they keep putting it on? They're all running in fast motion, and then like they're going through multiple doors, and they keep coming back through all the stupid doors, and they run back and forward like in Scooby-Doo and stuff.
Oh,
Benny Hill.
it's a marching song. Like
What's it called? Yeah, that. No, not that one. What'd you say, Joe?
You're referring to Ben Hill.
Benny Hill, that's it.
Mm.
Lee's just like yelling all the song like that. Yep, this one will do. So that is basically what you hear in your head as they all start running around. So they all start trying to like escape right through through another door in the back, while some of them are standing there like, oh, what are you guys doing? As a whole bunch of people are trying to run away here, and they're clearly all like the shady side of Waterdeep people, you know, like bandit kind of people, like rogues and stuff like that.
Just gotta go look back. Looks like we found the right place.
So this is so it's likely down here we'll find a clue as to like.
So as you're saying that, like 3 guys like run out and they throw a bag of flour at you and it explodes in the ground and all this flour goes up and they're like, get out, run! Like 3 disappear down the alleyway as you're all just standing there not doing anything.
I just let them keep digging their own grave, to be honest. Like, they can just keep doing that. Eventually they'll clear out and we'll just go in.
Does the Watch of Waterdeep use whistles or anything to announce that they're coming or to communicate with each other?
Only if they want to announce they're coming.
I would like to thaumaturgy a couple of sounds of whistles that sound like they're maybe slightly in the distance of the sort of things that the Watch would use.
Yeah, so they have like you know they've got like this alarm like help kind of whistle, like we need backup.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you do that.
And then bending down and kind of looking down into the hatch, I'd go say to them.
So as you
"Come on,
bend,
quick, the Watch are coming.
as you bend down, yeah, there's 2 guys like standing on the stairway there, like looking up at you like rabbits caught in the headlights kind of thing. Like, oh!
Yeah, I'll just say to them, come on, you know, reach out my hand and go, come on, quick. You've been rumbled. The Watch is on its way.
Okay, so give me a deception roll. Nice. They're like, thanks, friend. And they basically grab your hand, pull themselves out, and then like
And then
dash.
I'll point them towards kind of the alleyway and go that way, go that way.
They run. Go. Thanks. And you think it's pretty empty down there now.
Let's go.
Yeah, and I think we should go in and close the doors behind us.
Okay, so you go in, close the door behind you, and you walk downstairs. And it's a pretty small area when you're walking down there. You know, there's a few storage rooms down here. There's a bunch of boxes. There's some more bags of flour. Probably for that one reason of throwing them at people or making bread. Who knows?
Yeah, what do you need flour for? Throwing at people in case they come. Certainly not for
But-
anything else.
Yeah, from when you opened the door, it looked like they had a bit of warning you were there. But you know, that's only natural when you start telling some boy who's guarding it that you're a friend of their father's. My parents.
Dead.
Probably. I mean, it's obvious now he was working for these guys, and that's why he was suspicious. But they're all out of the way now. So, what are you doing down here? It's a lot of storage stuff, simple walls. There's like no exits or anything like that.
So there's no other obvious exits except for the way we came in.
Nope.
I think we need to verify that is the case. And have a good look around. Try and see what they were all doing down here. Like, they're obviously,
There's cards in the table. Like some of them have been set at least for 4 people playing poker, and there's a couple of things of ale. Apart from that, you can't really tell too much
don't
about what
suppose
they were
there's
doing.
Don't suppose there's any coin left on the table.
No, I mean, why would they leave that? That's crazy talk.
Yeah, they had a chance to kind of clear that away. Yeah, I'd like to look around the room because if they received warning from the boy, then there must be another way.
Well, you know, it looked like there was more than just the 5 people who ran past you. And the noise of the horn and stuff and all the movement sounds like there's more. There's maybe twice as many people.
Can I have
Yeah,
a
so just
search
give the
around for
place
any,
a.
hidden passages or anything?
Yeah, so you can make a perception check for that stuff.
See if there's a trap door, maybe. See if there's a further down.
20.
Okay, so you'll spend a while looking around. What else is anyone doing during this time?
Well, I said I was looking to see if there was some way of communication with the house above, or some other kind of hatch leading up that way. And
Yeah, again.
kind of similar to what.
so-
kind of similar to what.
So you make a
Scott
perception
was
check
saying.
as well. You see if there's like you're looking for something that connects better to the house itself.
Yeah. Perception.
Zanafia, Kane, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna have a look around for any sort of documents.
I want to stand guard.
Okay.
Anything that might be any so particularly anything carrying the sigil at the top of the map.
Okay. Oh, one thing I should have noted, you guys, that sigil only actually appears if it is lit up. I
Yeah,
forgot about
alright,
it.
so-
No, so it's invisible otherwise. I forgot about that.
But we've got a drift globe. We've all seen it.
Yeah. So yeah, but have you got the drift globe out?
Zanafia, maybe.
Yeah, I give it.
Okay.
With what? What's the word?
Fiddlywinks.
Yeah, but it was Zanafia that knew it. It had to be Lee that says that.
Fiddlywink.
Okay, so it lights up, and it floats down into the basement. So Cadris is kind of looking around in the complete wrong direction of the house at the minute, turned around from outside. But Skog is looking around for a secret passage. Meanwhile, Kian is looking for some documents. As Kian's looking for documents, the drift globe's kind of floating across the floor, and it comes around to one of the areas he's in. And this glyph lights up on the wall. Exact same one as from the map.
That's what I was looking for. It's not a document, but yeah, that'll do.
There's no documents here. These people can barely read. But
That's not very fair.
I know. So you can see it like it's just like this part of the wall has a big glyph on it. And maybe you call over to Skog saying, here, look. Because he's currently looking around walls and stuff for secret passages, and this is on, like, one of the ones in the main room.
I take the drift globe and sort of bring it close to this wall so that... How big is the glyph?
It's about smaller than your hand.
Oh, right. Can I place my hand on it?
Sure. As you do, it feels like the wall kind of like is not fully, solid. It kind of moves a little bit.
Oh, right. Okay. So yeah, I'll see if I can push either through it or push it open or something or whatever.
After it's only a few seconds, and it tilts inwards, like it kind of pivots. Inside, there's like a big thing written across. Like it's almost like a small compartment on its own, and there's like these big kind of letters written in some sort of greased paint, and it reads. It reads this.
a riddle.
As well as that, there's a sort of stick just lying on the the base of this hole with a big scrap of paper wrapped around it. I can hear some sort of demonic creature.
It's a hellhound.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, there's also a stick in here with a
bit
big
paper on this bit stick.
Yep.
Right.
stick paper.
Does the paper have anything written on it?
Yep, it says whisper something that you've never told anyone.
Then secret.
So you say the word secret.
Literally, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Nothing seems to happen.
Okay. Whisper something you never told anyone.
Does he say this to everyone?
Yeah, you know, I would tell you all.
Okay. So then I whisper to the wand that I sometimes don't like actually fighting.
Have you actually never told anyone that?
Yeah.
As you do that, he's holding the wand, but are you holding the wand when you do it? I don't know.
I'm holding on to it. I did.
Well, either way, you feel the wand kind of like, what's a wand? Pulse, and it just like it pulls your arm in a direction to like the other side of the room and points at it.
Oh.
And it's kind of roughly where Skog is now.
Then I'll follow where it points.
You go in that direction, and Skog's there, and he's like still looking for like, secret entrances, and you point at
Skog.
this.
Whisper something to the wand that you've never told anyone. A secret you've never told anyone.
I found some of the animals in the forest attractive.
Okay, so it moves again slightly as you've went in that direction, and now like it pinpoints part of the wall.
Definitely told other people that.
And Skog is able to find the secret entrance here.
Oh, secret entrance, fantastic.
Yeah, exactly where it's pointed to. Yep.
Excellent. We'll go through the secret entrance.
Okay. You open it up, and there's a guy who's like on the other side of it, and he's like fiddling for, like, in his pockets, like he's kind of like looking for something. And when the entrance opens, he looks up at you, and he's like, forgot my keys? And he's like, he sees you're all like armed and everything, and like kind of like looking around himself, like, can I get away from here? It's like it's obviously an entrance like into the sewers. It's like, you know what? Maybe you can help me, instead of whatever you're doing in our hideout. Yeah?
You mean our hideout?
Yeah. I don't.
You know, we're all in this together. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we're in this together now, right? It's all like one big thing, and you know, if the guards find out, we'd all be in trouble. So you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So like, well, since we're all in it together, and since we're all friends, and you don't want to kill me and bury my corpse into the mud or the harbor or anything.
Certainly there'll be no burying of corpses.
Amazing, because my wife would probably do that for me anyway. You see, I've kind of lost my wedding ring in a poker match, and one of the guys in here, he's the one I lost it to, and I was hoping to try and get it back. But since you're all here, maybe you can.
I mean, they probably all like ran off when the guard got here.
Yeah. And does he have any weapons on him or anything?
He does. He doesn't have them drawn at the minute. He's got like a cudgel.
Yeah, and I'll point at that and say, and were you planning on using your little stick there?
Well, no. I hoped I hoped when the guards were all, you know, in here, and maybe when they find no one, they would have went off somewhere else, and I could have snuck back in and, you know, got my ring back.
And tell me, how would the guards know to come here?
Well,
Unless someone had
I,
told them.
I was just here like a few minutes ago when the guards were being called. I ran away. I'm coming back now. I know the guy who had the ring, he was like, he ran away as well. I was just hoping he left it here, so I came to check. If it's not here, it's probably in his place, which I was going to go to next. But
Is he pulling our leg?
make a insight check.
Wow.
He doesn't seem to be.
Okay.
He seems to be like, you know, like I'm coming back to get something here, you know.
Yeah, whether or not, but it doesn't seem to be his wedding ring is a dog whistle.
I mean, it seems that he is like truthful about it all, the wedding ring included.
Okay.
And he does seem sincerely worried that his wife is going to be the one who buries him and not you guys. So So I just want to look.
So we've come through 2 secret doors to get here, and you're saying just ahead is an entrance to the sewers.
Sorry, so one secret thing was basically a secret cupboard, and this is a secret door into the sewers. Yeah.
Right, and he is now and we're now basically in the sewers with this guy.
Well, you're in the entrance of the sewers. Yeah, like all the other guys who were in here ran off and not in through this secret door.
Right. Then he doesn't tell anyone we came here. We don't tell anyone he was here.
I like it very much because if it turns out that you know, he knows that I came back to get my ring, that he won ever so probably unfairly, but it, as far as I know, it was fair. Then you know,
they I mean, when the guard showed up, then clearly, obviously, what happened is the guards ransacked this place and stole your wedding ring.
if it was here, I haven't checked yet. If it's not here,
If your wedding ring was here, then clearly it's not here anymore because the guards were here and they took it as evidence.
Yes.
That's what happened, isn't it? That's
Yes, I like it. I like it.
Yep.
That's
So
way better than my
because
plan.
And because the guards were here and took all the wedding ring, that's way there could have been no one else down here.
No,
The guards were here.
of course. That makes all the sense.
Great. Then because no one was here, no one will be walking past you, and no one will keep going.
Excellent. Can I have a look?
We've already looked. It's not here.
Ah, shit. All
There
right,
you go.
then it's probably in his place, which is like kind of down, another entrance down in the sewers. It's like a couple minutes walk. He ran off in the other direction, so I'm hoping he's not there. But it's kind of dangerous, so I assume deadly traps await. But you guys look like you could handle traps. You find the secret door.
Having a look at our map, does it seem to be in the same sort of direction? The route.
No, it's a different side of the city.
No, as in the sewer that we're going to be following, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, this one's only a couple of minutes away either way.
Yeah. So perhaps a small detour to your friend's abode.
Yeah. Blegar's place is down here. I'm Earth, by the way.
Charmed.
Knowledge.
It's funny names. Right. Anyway, follow me. So, he kind of like pulls you down through the sewers. There is a roughly dry walkway. You can walk along the edge. It's mostly dry. So, basically come across another door which opens up. It's kind of like high up so the water doesn't spill in and all that. And you get down a little staircase and into a bedroom. And it seems to be standard bedroom, open up stuff and it all seems empty. damn it! And he's saying like, I know there's a secret door in here somewhere.
Scog, do you see anything?
And he like starts knocking. I was like, you can see there are a few kind of like notes and stuff lying around the room, like lots of scribbles on it.
Sorry, so we're out of the sewers now, is that right?
Yeah, you're in the bedroom.
Can
We're
I
in
attempt to use thaumaturgy to cause an unlocked door to open?
Sure.
That I,
So
you
try and
on
get it, and nothing happens. Like, so there's no unlocked door. And you hear, aha, got it. And you go, and he's like sort of like raps on this wall that sounds hollow. Like, this one's wood. So it's, and he tries to like pull at one of these like stones in the wall that looks kind of like he's, and like this little like keyhole appears. Like, but it's locked. Basically, like lifts the stone out of the way and there's a keyhole in it.
Blast.
What about with does the drift globe reveal anything?
Nope. I mean, it's only wood. Maybe you could like kick it in or whatever.
We would, but our fighter's asleep.
Skog can.
I can get Zanapia to kick it in if you want.
Okay.
If you're wanting her to, she'll do it.
What were you going to say, Joe?
Yeah.
Skog was just going to get out his great club and smash it.
Oh sure, go for it. Let's see, give me an attack for that. So we'll see how long it takes. Oh, it's terrible. You start trying to smash it, and like Zanapia goes, no, this is how you do it. And she uses her foot, like goes into this like kind of like battle stance you've seen before, and it just kicks it really hard.
Sparta.
Kicks it really hard.
Boost, Roda, bush, and it explodes through open. So you see this hallway, 5 foot wide. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I might as well use the map.
Is Zanapia a human?
She is. So it's dark. Actually, let's see. I'm going to throw you guys all on a map if I can get all your characters. Seems that Xavier never joined us.
Yeah.
Which means I could have grabbed some other people instead. Since I think there's other people who were interested in joining.
They just cry at our pacing.
Yeah.
I've got to decide then whether we're going to be doing the final quest or not. Oh. Let me see. Objects and tokens. Move all these guys down here. Alright, tell you what, give me 1 minute just to redraw this dynamic lighting, because I kind of messed it up just a little bit.
So can you answer an AL question while you're drawing that?
Sure.
So you have the ability to change your character. Does that cost it?
It's absolutely free.
As long as they're not being as long as they're not being used, you can just do it. You don't have to like.
You have to do it between sessions. No, you can just completely do it whenever until you do your first game at level 5, and then you can't change anymore, unless you get like a DM quest that says you can change it all.
Yeah.
So like
no,
I think
I was just wondering because there's possibly the only thing I'd be thinking of maybe is to change spells or something. So
oh yeah, you
can
can
do that.
You can totally do that. So as a bard, it's fine. You can also like completely change it if you get, a +1 greatsword and you're like unlock as a wizard and you're like, oh, I wanted to make a fighter anyway. You can completely change it all to a fighter and then unlock the greatsword. Okay, so let's see if I can get this. Does everyone see?
Can you shift ping where we are?
Oh, I was on the wrong layer for that. There we go. There we go.
Ah,
Oh.
there we go.
Now we can also see a big area to the south with monsters and things in it.
Oh,
That's also lit.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is because
I
think we have control over.
I
We
put
have
dynamic
control over
lighting.
all the monsters in the thing. They're all shown to all players.
What?
All in the MISC humanoid subfolder within monsters, we have everything there.
Are you serious?
Also a hippogriff.
Also a hippogriff.
Thugs,
Also all the magic
spies.
items as well.
Oh no, it's not everything. You've only got the thugs, spies, and guards because I was using them as ones in our Storm Kings game, so you don't have everything. Anyway, don't worry about them. They're just ones that I've pasted in.
We got bandits, commoners, guards, scouts, shields, dwarf guard, spies, and thugs.
Yeah, so they're ones I was using in the Storm King game, so I'll get rid of them. That's why this is still a template. Well, it's template. It's not technically correct.
No, it's good to kind of get these little things kind of ironed out.
Yeah, so don't worry about that. They're just like, if you had a guard fight and you were fighting those bandits earlier instead of just running in and having them all run around doing the Benny Hill theme, then you can. So, can everyone see properly though?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's not really a proper room here, but there's a corridor that goes down and then turns to the left.
Yeah, I still have control over Scud.
Oh, do you? Okay, I
So
know.
do I.
Yeah, I also have his dynamic lighting as well.
I also still see his character sheet as well.
Oh, I haven't changed his. Alright.
Scud.
Okay, that's updated.
Yeah.
Kane just disappeared.
No, he's still here.
Something disappeared on me. I need to put can be edited and controlled by Mark R. Okay. Anyway, so what are you guys gonna do?
Keep moving.
I will draw my rapier.
Okay, so it's a 5-foot wide hallway, and it goes around the corner there. It's all unlit at the minute, so you've got the drift globe. If you want to use the drift globe.
I say we keep it. Do we keep it unlit in there? Xanafia can't see, or do we light it? But then anyone might see us coming.
Depends if Xanafia is going first or not.
Yeah.
Skog, do you want to go first?
can do, yeah.
Xanafia go
Dwarf
second and keep a hand on his shoulder.
Okay, so Skog's gonna go first, and it's dark, yeah? So you see dim light?
Yep.
Okay. So, you move down the corridor.
Oh, also my token was incorrect. It had the hit max health at 9. It should be at 10.
Okay.
I forgot. When I first did the character sheet, I forgot that I changed my con to 14 instead of my dex.
Okay. Yeah, so like again in AL you can change any of that stuff up to level 5
Yeah.
if you're wanting as well. If you
Yeah.
decide it doesn't work in the first game or two, which is really nice. So you guys start moving down the corridor. So just keep moving them, I guess. You get around the corner and you can start seeing. So Skog.
Yeah.
Bad news to you, because as you get to the corner, just so if Kane moves back one, Skog, I need you to make a dex save.
Oh, I'm so good at Dex.
Because you put your foot down and it wasn't actually stone. You would have seen this if there was light because you've got a high passive perception, but because there isn't any light, you don't see it. As your foot just goes straight through canvas and you fall into a pit. 10 feet down, you hit the ground and you take 3 bludgeoning and 3 piercing damage as you jab your arm into a spike.
That's half the damage gone. Half my health.
Half your health.
Oh, to be level 1 again.
So you're 10 feet.
What's your, half your health?
I'm 12, yeah.
Oh, of course you're a hill dwarf.
And plus recon.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're 10 feet down at the minute.
That's the druid build.
You see this stupid piece of canvas that was sitting there in the floor. There's like a little walkway around it you can go around, but you'll need to climb back out. Which won't be a problem, but if anyone else wants to fall in the pit, they're free to. Just take the damage.
I'll summon a mage hand and use it to sort of like give him a grip.
That 10 pounds of a grip helps.
Yeah. No, just so we can use it to help stand up, and then I'll put my hand down to try and help lift him out.
It's okay. You can get out pretty easily. It's
Yeah,
not.
how badly wounded does he look?
He's
half
half.
health.
He took 6.
Skog,
Yes.
did you get a little boo-boo on your arm?
Oh, screw you.
And yeah, and as I say that, I cast Healing Word.
Okay.
Thank you.
4 points. Jeez, that was a shit roll.
Wow.
Oh.
So what happens when you use the bonus action one? Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you've still got the rest of the corridor to go.
Can I...
You've heard since you fell down, you made a little bit of noise, and you've heard nothing coming from the corridor. If that's of any help.
Shall we perhaps go as quietly as we can,
Yeah.
Yep.
and maybe probe ahead just in case there's something else?
I would like to keep my mage hand maybe 10 feet ahead of us, sort of like tapping the floor as we're moving.
Sure.
Just sort of gently, just to check for any more
Yep.
traps.
If there's any more canvas, it would definitely poke through it.
Yes, that kind of thing.
So you move forward, and there's
And I
one
think we're wanting
more.
to make a stealth check as well.
Sure, go stealthy if you're going stealthy. I'll roll for. She has heavy armor, so she got a 2.
Wow. Right, next roll, Ed. It's the same roll as me.
Well, we're tiefling, so
So you're think you're all
Best
stealthy.
adventurers.
we just roll the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, I'll skirt around the.
Are you using light or not light?
I say not light for now, and I'll keep my mage hand 10 feet ahead of where Skog is, so that he can, so that I can stop him if it goes through anything.
Okay, so you're gonna start moving forward, and from here you'll start seeing into the room. When you get to the edge of the room, you see this body lying in the corner. It's decomposed, and it seems to be partially melted in like all these like burns and all, like acid burns.
Oh. Oh dear. Yeah, I can't see it from where I am.
Yeah. There seems to be a bunch of random arcane scribblings in chalk in all the walls in here. Although they seem to be like unfinished and not well done. Like they don't look as wizardy as arcane scribblings should be. It's like almost like, you know, like a child has been trying to write them, or someone who's learning for the first time.
Could I take the drift globe from
Yep. Yeah, no problem.
I think I had it last, but yeah.
All right. Well, it's just that I don't need. I've got a free hand.
Yep. Well, so
It floats anyway.
Yeah.
You know. It's still off though, right?
It is still off.
Okay. So, Skog, are you moving into the room?
Yep.
Make another dex save.
And this isn't something that I would have noticed.
Um,
Hand.
no. Requires 30 pounds of weight. As you press down on a again, you would have noticed this had you had light out. Okay. Yeah, so this compartment above you opens up, and this vial of acid drops down on you. It smashes on you.
Not re-
resistant to immune.
To what?
Advantage on
acid.
saving throws against. Oh,
That's acid.
Poison.
Poison.
Damn it.
Yeah. You are going to take. I'm gonna roll this one. 15 acid damage.
Jesus
unconscious.
Christ. Okay, yeah. Drift globe on.
Yeah.
Cadris, can you
50
get him
hits.
up?
You, by the way, each of you have a potion of healing for starting
Oh,
AL for the first time. I think Lee told you earlier.
yeah.
Yeah.
In
It's
which
only-
case I'll
it's-
step over.
Only your first level AL character, so you each have a potion of healing.
Right.
So he'll have one
then-
as well.
Yeah, I'll step over and uncork his potion of healing, and force feed it to him.
You would have missed both of them had you had the light out. You have a
I know,
freaking
we're
passive
gonna have
perception
the
of
light out from
15.
now on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
9.
Nice. That's a really good potion heal. Okay.
Mm.
I've been rolling well all day.
I've not.
Okay, so you can also see the room goes around. From what you can see here, there's papers and stuff on a table, and they're like sitting on top of a rug.
Before we do that, can we set the light on and Skog will have a scan of the floor? to see if
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
blood?
no,
I'll
I have
hold
the
the
light on.
Yeah, Cadris has the light.
And your man, whatever his name is, coming up behind you guys. It's like, oh, that looks bad. I'm so glad you guys are going ahead. So yes,
You say this is a friend's place. Why the fuck do they have so many traps?
I never once said he was a friend.
He's the guy who won his wedding ring off of him.
Yeah. Okay, so you have a look around here. You can make a perception check. Anyone who's looking around.
That would be Skog, but I'll have a look around as well because I'm ripping.
Yeah, I'd like to when I go into once I get into the room, I'd like to roll the carpet back.
Are you going to go in the main room?
Yeah, once it's free, once kind of going in carefully, kind of tapping with my foot and kind of checking, heading towards the mat. I want to look underneath the rug.
Sure.
Tapping
So
your foot, is that like an Irish dance?
Yeah, exactly.
So you pull the chair away and you start rolling up the rug. As you're rolling it up, it sort of gurgles a little bit, and just
Oh, for
and it just keeps. It doesn't do. Like, if it, you sort of like stop for a second and like roll a little bit more, it just gurgles like stop, roll it
The rug gurgles.
a little bit, but it doesn't do anything. You just keep rolling.
no.
Can I use the chair? Kind of, I get the chair and kind of use the legs of the chair to try and kind of.
I mean, it's not doing anything at the minute. You're rolling it with your hands, and it's just like.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Getting the chair and kind of going to use the legs of the chair. I'll hold the back of the chair and use the legs to kind of roll it a bit further.
Sure, it's gonna be horrendously awkward.
The mimic the whole time.
Yeah, but.
Sure, you can use it. It looks horrendously awkward from anyone else in the room, but you'll do it, and it'll just keep rolling.
Yeah.
Did I
And you-
spot anything with my 19?
You see all the arcane scribblings and stuff, and none of them are magical, none of them are useful. On the table, when you see around the corner there seems to be a spell book and a little wooden box.
So it's the rug in here that he's rolling up, right?
Yep, rugs in there in the bedroom, and it's
right.
oh, sorry, yeah.
I
So
thought
the
it was the gr-
no, it's
I
in
thought
it's
it
that
was
room.
I thought it was the grey rug just there.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, well, that's the only rug I could see.
Oh, I didn't realize that was a rug. It might be the rug.
Well,
Sure, let's say that's the rug then. I think it's supposed. I thought it was in that room anyway, so I was a little bit confused why it's. I just got these maps. I was like, someone made them online for like for $1. I decided way better just to buy these than draw out crap. So yeah, so you roll up that one and you bring the chair from the other room in and roll it up, and it just gurgles and you prop up in the corner and it just sits there. It stops gurgling after it sits. Anyway.
I kind of prod it with my stand back, kind of prod it with my rapier a bit. See if it gurgles.
You just go prod it?
Yeah.
Like gently?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Like Tenacious D.
gurgles a little bit, yeah.
I'm going to try something. I'm going to say to it, well, I'm going to vicious mockery it. So,
The rug.
yeah.
Are you sure?
Your N's
Yes.
afraid.
The
Oh,
DM just said, "Are you sure, Ed?"
I know what the DM said.
it's a gargling rug.
Noting it's already 12:30, or 5:30 for you guys.
Yeah, no, I'm going to vicious mockery the rug. I can't think of something
Uh-oh.
witty at the off the top of my head. And rug-like.
You're looking a little rugged.
Or, no wonder there was no light down here looking at
where I painted it.
a rug like that. Who'd want to see it?
Fine, everyone roll initiative.
Oh God!
This is your fault.
Can I roll my vicious mockery?
Yeah, you'll be able to do it as a sneak attack, but it was just gonna sit there. It was just gonna
It's a
sit.
DC 13. Wisdom save. How wise is the rug?
I don't know yet. I have got the wrong stat block on the page, so I have to
What?
change
The
it.
rug's a foe.
Who'd have thought?
The wisdom of a rug.
The wisdom of our bard.
It literally was just gonna sit there after you rolled it up. It was the best way of getting rid of it, and here you go. It fails. Okay, so how much damage does it take? And it's got disadvantage on its next attack.
2 points of damage.
So worth it.
Wait a sec. Did I just cast vicious mockery successfully?
Yes.
You're
I'm the
already
best
better than
fucking
Theron.
bard in the world.
It's your first vicious mockery, and it was a success.
Yeah, I'll never use the spell again. I'll have 100% success rate then.
Let's see. Just gonna put Zanavia on. Where's her initiative there?
We need her.
Yeah, we'll just stand back and let her take care of it.
I'll just-
She's her. She's our Azeka.
Mm.
Right, okay, so... Wow, Zanavia goes first. She hears you yelling at a rug, and the rug kind of unfurls. You're like, help! And she's gonna run up with her great thingy. Wonder if she actually made this. And she's gonna take -5 to this and add +10 on. So
So 16.
16. Which will hit it, and then it's gonna be
25.
5 + 6 + 4 + 10. Yeah, 25
That's
damage.
a 25. Yeah, it'd be 15 plus 10 there, Mark. It tells you the 15.
Okay, yeah, I'm just checking, 'cause I don't know how this is built, so. Okay. Oh, that was her health. Whoops. She hits herself.
She hits herself for 25 points. of
Okay, Kian.
Ooh. Yeah. Fuck it. I bring my hands out like that and shoot a jet of flame from between my hands. Burning hands. It's a dex save, DC 13 for half damage.
You kind of just hit everything in the corner so you're not hitting anyone else.
Yeah, I want to sort of like aim it sort of like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
into
just
the
against
corner.
the western wall you're going to get.
cool. It passes.
7 damage then.
Okay. It kind of dodges, swings to the side, and magical rugs. Damn it! It's not really a rug. It's a mimic. So.
Well, it's not mimic.
What?
What?
What? No, it's a rug.
Not a mimic.
It's a wonderful rug. Oh, I don't understand why it would change all that, but alright. Oh, it's medium, it's not large.
That looks like so much easier to handle.
Yeah, sorry. It gives you the option of a mimic or a rug of smothering, depending on the difficulty of the party. So, but I've only got a rug of smothering in the thing here, so I'm just using the stat block on the page. So it's going to move over here, and since I know Zanafia is just attacking it, but this is Cadris who started it all off.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to
I
try and
marked
attack
it.
you
With disadvantage.
with disadvantage. Okay, so he's going to attack you with this weird sticky thing goes and attacks you out. It's
Oh,
probably
it
going
is
to
a
miss.
mimic.
It is a mimic.
Oh,
It's
I thought
going
it
to
was a rug of
miss.
smothering.
No, it's a mimic. I've got Rug of Smothering icon, but it's a mimic.
Right, okay.
Because as I said, I don't have the mimic one in the Storm King Thunder stuff, so I haven't made that. I haven't made half of the creatures yet, so I'm
Right.
just like using the stat blocks on the page and rolling.
Right, so it's pseudopoded.
It's pseudopodded. Cadris.
Oh, it missed it.
Yep.
I will. What can I do? I'll attempt to stab it with my sword, my rapier.
Okay. Misses.
For 9. And I will not do anything else.
Skog. You kind of got a
No,
weird
I
angle
don't.
here.
Yeah, am I able to hit it here?
Yeah, does this have a little bit actually? I'm going to give it +2 AC just because you're at a really weird angle.
Then I'm going to. Skog's gonna kind of lick at his nails, and they're gonna extend a bit and be a bit dripping with poison.
Okay,
And he's gonna try more savagery.
that misses. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, Zanapi's going to do the same thing again. Great sword, -5 +10. 22 damage. You guys suck. Can't. He's looking very afraid.
Was muted, sorry. I'm in melee, but I'm going to try and cast Eldritch Blast anyway.
Okay.
So I have disadvantage.
Hmm.
Ah!
Bad times.
Yeah.
And he's going to try and attack Cadris again. Oh, I've got to roll. Since there's no Vicious Mockery this time, this one's going to hit. So, Cadris, you're grappled, and you're going to take 11 bludgeoning damage.
I am unconscious.
Okay.
Level 1.
I rolled max on that one.
Whoa.
Uh,
Yeah.
Cadris, death save.
Comes around so quickly.
Doesn't it? Okay, one pass. Skog. He is looking very afraid.
Skog is gonna move 10 feet.
Double movement to get past your friends.
Yep. Gonna move to there.
Okay.
And he's gonna try and slash again at it.
Go for
With
it.
a little growl.
Nice.
Hmm.
It is immune.
I thought there might have been resistance to it.
It's actually immune to acid damage, yep.
That's what it does.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Good job I don't have a one-handed weapon, I've just realised.
Zanafia is going to do the exact same thing again. -5 plus. Oh my goodness, how does she roll so high every time? She's only got +6. She's only got +6. Okay, she cleaves the rug in two. I don't even need to roll for damage, but here, 17. Cleaves the rug in two, and then stares at you all like, seriously, no help.
She's level 4, we're level 1.
Oh, I get it. She also wouldn't have started to attack a random rug in a room. So anyway,
Yeah.
Cadris is on the ground. Is Kane able to heal? Cadris
Scott
has a
can.
potion of healing as well.
Mm.
Would Cadris want us to use it?
Cadris might want to die instead.
Yeah, why not? I'll uncork Cadris's healing potion. And yeah, reasonable.
Okay.
That's me nearly up to full.
Nice. Okay, so on the table there, you'll find a little box. You find a spell book lying around as well.
I'll take the spell book.
Okay, so it does have spell. It's an actual spell book, which has glyph of warding, identify, invisibility, locate object, magic, missile, mage armor, rope trick, and snare. So one character can actually keep this.
Are there any spells in it that are considered rituals?
Identify.
Rope trick might be.
I don't think rope trick
I
is.
don't know.
I don't think it is.
What spells are in it? Sorry, can you list it off again?
Yeah, I'll write them down here. So.
Because I'm thinking about taking back to the tome with the ritual invocation,
Okay.
so that I can inscribe ritual spells in my tome.
So one character can keep this. I think we're going to have to skip the additional optional quest, which is going to suck. Unless, what time do we want to be finished by? What time is Chris available? Or should he just join in?
Chris is available from about 6:30.
Which is like in just over half an hour.
1.
Yeah. So we still haven't done the main quest yet. This is one of the bonus ones. So either we skip one or get Chris to join in. Anyway, there's also
skip one because we
Yeah.
we wanted to play
yeah, I know.
Portal anyway.
So there's also a ring in the box. This is why I said we are like running on time and you don't have to attack the rug. But
Yeah.
so
I know you were giving me all the, I usually want to do that, but I'd already said it, so I chose to ignore the DM warning.
okay.
Um,
There's also a piece of paper. I don't have it. Who's searching the desk?
I'll have to
Sound like
search it.
Kane. Mm.
Or Kane can.
Well, was anyone searching while you were unconscious, or?
Well, I was brought back as soon as combat was over. I was brought back.
Yeah.
'Cause otherwise, I would have had to keep on making death saves.
So we've got a spell book and we've got a ring.
Probably a wedding ring.
Possibly a wedding ring. What
Is it gold?
Nope.
It's not the wedding ring. I'm sure.
Oh, sorry.
it's
The ring. The ring.
Yeah.
Is like a silver.
The
And
ring's silver.
Earth is around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the ring's silver, you see.
Yeah.
You said the ring was gold before.
You never said the type of ring.
I
You just said wedding
thought
ring.
he'd said.
No, the glyphs are gold, but he's just said wedding ring.
Yeah.
So if would I get the impression from this ring that there's anything particularly magical about it or anything? Obviously, I'm not trying to identify it. That would take a short rest.
It doesn't like buzz or it doesn't really do anything whenever you touch it. It doesn't change sizes to your finger. Like it doesn't fit your finger.
Does it look like kind of worn and scratched and used?
It doesn't look horrendously expensive. It does look like it's worn a lot. The inside's a bit grottier than the outside.
Then
May I have the ring?
as in you're going to have a look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pass it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to have a look to see if there's no obvious identifying markers or any particularly large scratch on it, or and you said it's a silver ring.
It looks like it's been like, you know, there's like small little scratches and stuff, like just from general wear and tear over years.
Yeah. I'll just kind of put it into a pouch for a second. And I'll go out to, what was his name? Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Earth. What did you say the ring looked like that you gambled?
Oh, it's like this little small silvery ring thing. It's kind of plain looking. It's a little bit like scratched up a bit. It wasn't really that expensive.
And what metal was it? Copper, brass, tin?
It was. It's kind of iron, but plated in silver.
It's regrettable. We've searched high and low, but he must have it on him.
Really? Damn it.
Perhaps you could stay here and wait for him. And when he comes back, you could ambush him and threaten him.
Thanks for trying anyway, guys. I can't give you anything for your troubles, unfortunately then, but...
Your thanks is enough.
Jesus, are you like chaotic evil or something?
So you won't actually get any rewards for it if you don't give it back.
He's chaotic neutral, so I think seeing what he's gone through.
It's not an expensive ring.
It's not. It's really not.
It's not. He says it's silver plated. It's like you can see it's scratched null, and you can see that the scratching goes through the silver to the crappy iron underneath.
The DM did not give a price for this ring.
From the AL rules, no, you can't actually sell it anyway.
Okay, how about this then? Can I kind of turn around and kind of take it out of my pouch?
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of go, oh, wait, and bend down and kind of pick it up, and then turn and go, could this be it?
That's it! Oh my goodness, I'm going to still be alive tomorrow!
And I'll flick it to him.
And
But I'll flick it a little too hard.
Oh, and he overextends himself and falls backwards and like grabs it though. He's like falls onto his ass and like then he goes, okay, and he bites into it a little bit, like it's just as soft as I remember.
Triggers the acid trap and gets dumped a vat of acid in his head, and that's it.
Unfortunately, the acid trap has run out of acid.
I'll bend over him and go home now to your wife and tell her what you've done.
I will go home to my wife at some point and definitely never tell her what I've done. Thank you, adventurers! And
I genuinely, Ed, I thought you were going to say, now go home to your wife and tell her I said hi.
Again.
Yeah.
And he hands you this like little bag of these are some of this stuff I've procured over time recently. And it's like this little bag of like various coins and like gems. It's like worth like a treasure point for the AL kind of comparisons of stuff, but you get a bit of loot out of it.
Yeah, I'll turn around and shake the little pouch at the others.
Worth? It's way more worth. It's a lot more than the wedding ring is worth.
You not just bought a new ring.
Let me say, I am so glad Mark said you're not going to get any reward unless you give him his ring back.
It's very clearly stated the goal of this is to get the ring back.
Is to give.
Otherwise, he doesn't give you anything.
So
And
that's
you don't get advancement
treasure.
checkpoints either because you aren't
One
actually
treasure.
advancing anything.
Yeah. So the interest in moving things forward, we trashed the room.
Yep.
We find a bit of paper that says "oops" on it.
Yep.
And
And
we
that's
we
it.
killed him. But this guy was keeping a mimic in his room.
Yeah.
To
And
be
with an
fair,
acid
we've done him
trap.
a favor.
And a pit trap.
I was hoping you were going to go somewhere a lot different with the mimic. Like you're going to tell it to do something because it does whatever it's supposed to do. Like literally, it takes whatever you say to it literally, and it will just do as ordered.
I could have
So,
followed me.
when he was rolling up the mimic, he didn't get his hands like stuck on it, did he?
No, it takes its orders literally, and it only attacks anyone who steps on it or attacks it.
So let's get the flock out of here.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Let's head to the Birdman statue.
Okay, to the Birdman statue. Can I have 1 minute just to grab another cup of coffee?
Yeah.
If anyone else wants to grab
We're on
any
a time
coffee.
Skill here, Mark.
Yeah, well, it's not my fault. Be back in a minute.
I don't think we're very good at this Adventure League stuff.
No.
This is just what we do.
Yeah.
We bloody ordered breakfast in the yawning portal. This is
Yeah. Spent 2 hours in the yawning portal. He was like, there's a character named Mr. P.L. Othook. P.L. Othook. And he's sitting there right there, like constantly looking at you. Yeah, we'll order a drink, order some food. Have a look at the the rankings on the chart for 2 hours. Yeah. Oh, our fighter's awake.
So, is the plan then to Fort of Fury as well?
Yeah, when Chris gets back.
All right.
They didn't need that shit. They rolled it up, put it in the corner, and then marker.
Yeah, no, so I just need to
fucking
just need to make sure that I can organize food and that stuff.
Well, we'll probably take a break after this.
Yeah.
So do
Say
you
break
want to
at
rush this a
6:30,
bit more?
start back at 7:30 with Fort of Fury.
Do we
Mark.
want to
Yes.
Seeing how far we get in AL, we're suggesting maybe a break about 6:30 and then Fort of Fury at 7:30.
Okay.
To allow for dinner and such.
Sure. Right. We can probably
should we
finish
try
this if
and
we
rush
do it.
this a bit more?
We manage to do it quick. We don't try and do lots of combat. Right. Go. You get. This is because we started late because we just kept waiting for Xavier and stuff, and then just gave up with that. I'm gonna kick his ass for not telling me he's not coming.
Well, because he had said. Because
Yeah,
you
he'd even said-
he said he was going to be on in a few minutes.
Yeah, he did. So.
Kids these days.
I don't know. Anyway. Okay. So that was that appendix. Troll skull. Oh wait. So you're going to the big Birdman thing. Okay. So you walk around the city looking for this giant walking statue, and it becomes very obvious. This giant walking statue is well known as the Hawkman. It's basically an Aarakocra with furled wings and outstretched left arm. It's in a moderate state of disrepair, but part of the interior has been like hollowed out into a multi-floor tower. Anyone who wants to get in basically rings a bell, and the door guard lowers a rope chair down, and people can get up. It is currently has been bought over as a restaurant, known as Soaring Delights, and until today, it's been only for the people who like work in the tower and stuff. But now it's open to the public. There's a bunch of nobles in here as well as commoners. The nobles don't seem to get on with the commoners, going, "Oh, this should be a much nicer establishment than just for commoners as well," kind of thing.
How
So-
dare these working class people come into my middle class restaurant?
So as they like lower down ropes and all and get you up into the restaurant, it's going absolutely crazy in here with like busyness. Like every table is filled, and if you try and like ask around, these two sisters, Shani and Vonda, are running the place, with Shani's husband Adeo cooking, and you get the impression of that it's horrendously busy, and there's not very much room for having a look around. Like you can't get a table because it's completely packed, and they don't have anything for like 3 or 4 days, as today's the opening day.
Right.
We can't get off the first floor, can we?
I think is it American first floor?
Well, I'm just saying first floor.
I mean, it's kind of weird. It's like first floor is like crotch area, so
Yeah.
it's not even American first floor. It's like it's the first floor that's above ground.
It's not actually. There is no ground floor.
No. So when you're in there, they basically tell you, look, you can't. You're gonna have to either leave, or if you're able to, we would totally use some help, because our other cook is ill today, which really sucks. She got like an ear infection, and well, we were kind of down a number of people.
Yeah,
Scott,
in that
you know
case,
how to cook,
I'll
don't
say, yeah, you, madam, do not know how lucky you are today. For I just come straight from Baldur's Gate, where they have some most interesting and remarkable chefs that I've had the privilege to work with.
Perfect. Then if you could get in the kitchen, like we'll totally.
Would it be all right if I brought my assistant with me? And I'll point at Skug.
Oh,
It's definitely not like bird feces and stuff in your hair, right?
he's got a wolf hat on.
Okay, that works. That works well, like a net.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Just
Yeah.
all the stuff's in there.
His knowledge of wild and foraged herbs is unrivaled.
And what about these two? And she points at Kian and Napia.
Yes, they're well chopping, light knife work and the like.
Takes a Napia like kind of like has puts her hand on her sword, like and then puts her hand on a knife at her belt.
Yeah.
I have multiple knives.
Perfect.
They're daggers, but yeah.
Great. Yeah, if you go in there, like you can, if anyone wants to look around while doing this stuff, because you're looking for the secret wherever, and you know, if you find a glyph in the last place, maybe you can find another one here.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
looking for a glyph.
Yeah, I'll kind of I'll hand the drift globe to Kane and kind of
Okay.
tap my hands and go, I think we need some additional light in here.
Yeah. So it's plenty lit, but yeah, go ahead. Whatever you want, whatever you need. Just
Yeah.
please, we have a lot of orders like sitting back here, and it's not working out very well.
Yeah, I'll start shouting out orders to people like kind of chop finer, kind of what spices
So
do we have?
this is the problem.
Grog,
They've got
check
basically.
check for fresh ingredients.
So this is the problem. They've got basically one chef at the minute.
Presumably, you have to discuss pay before you get employed.
We'll just, if you can wait till later, we'll make sure you get paid. Is that okay?
Fine. Yeah, I'll sort of I'll whisper Fiddlywinks into the drift globe.
Okay.
And have a quick
So-
scan around.
So, Cadris, you're basically yelling orders at your own party members because there is only one chef in here, and he's kind of like
Yes.
already doing his own thing and kind of like going, okay, you can do whatever you want, but you're not ordering me around.
and I am almost doing. I'm almost doing. Celebrity chef with like throwing kind of spices from 3 feet up in the air, kind of down onto food and kind of
Salt baying.
zhizhing herbs.
So Nafi, are you there? No. So she's surprisingly adept with the biggest knives that you can find. Okay, so as things are going around, you're starting to yell orders, and you're starting to pick stuff up. The cuisine around here is generally around about fish, cheese, vegetable dishes, and everything's like paired with some sort of wine. A whole bunch of orders keep coming in, and you keep trying to serve things out. You can start looking around as well with the drift globe. So
yeah, I would like to do that while do not get in Cadris's way, of course.
okay.
Yes, I'd like to say to Kane, keep a close eye out. We might find something interesting, and I'll give you a bardic inspiration.
Excellent.
Nice. So as you start to have a look around, 3 or 4 pigeons just fly straight into the kitchen, like through one of the open windows where you're like it's like a bit of cool air coming in because it's pretty hot in here. These pigeons just fly in and land on the counters, and the chef starts yelling, "Hey, get them out of here! What's going on?"
Yeah, I'll say to Skog, fresh ingredients.
We didn't, Skog.
Can I also vicious mockery a pigeon?
Sure. There's 4 pigeons.
Yeah, I'll point at a pigeon and go, "You are nothing but a flying rat."
It does not.
You may be tasting.
It does not believe you. It just like turns its head and goes.
Does it have to have a certain intelligence for?
No, it just has to be able to hear you.
Either way, it got a 19 on the dice.
Oh.
Skog's teeth or fangs are going to come out, and he's going to try and bite.
Okay.
I feel like nobody's gonna want to eat that now.
Okay,
Oh, geez.
you bite the head off this pigeon.
a bit acidic.
And the other ones start to fly around the room crazy like.
Please tell me pigeons have 1 hit point.
I'm giving these 1 hit point. They're basically like familiar levels of stuff. I just want you to be able to hit them with something. The other ones start to fly around the room like crazy, so now it's going to be more difficult. So Nafia just like turns around and throws her knife. Wow, she got a crit because she has crits on 19s. The knife just shears straight through the pigeon and it hits the wall and just like clings there, and the pigeon's like, and just like drops into whatever soup the cook is currently making. Going, seriously, and he stirs it harder.
Yeah, I'll keep attempting to vicious mockery a pigeon to death.
Okay, Kian, what are you doing during this time? You going to start looking?
Yeah, I'm starting to have a look around.
Right, give me a perception check with disadvantage as the pigeons are flying around.
Okay. And I would like to use my bardic inspiration as well.
Sure. Okay, that's actually enough because you've got the drift globe going as well. You'll come across just underneath the counter, like right underneath the counter itself. There's a glyph sitting there.
Excellent.
Do you want to make another vicious mockery on one of the pigeons? That one fails, and it kind of just like uncrumples and like lands and hits the floor.
It just goes.
Yeah,
Yep.
just because I want to see. Oh,
Nice.
I did 1 point of damage to it as well. He questions his existence.
What's with all these ones?
So there's one more pigeon left if anyone wants to go for it.
Frostbite.
Frostbite. Con save. It fails. It just freezes and then like hits the counter. It's like, we'll put that one down for later. So you find there's a glyph like under the counter, and as you're like tapping on it, this like little thing in the floor goes and like clicks open.
Yeah, from down under the counter, I will cast Mage Hand and move it over and tap Cadris on the shoulder, and then just make it go.
Okay, you can like tap it and it moves. There doesn't seem to be anything trap worthy explodes. So there's like this like little box sitting inside this like hole in the floor.
I'll take the box out.
Okay, take the box out. It doesn't seem locked or anything like that.
So it's not like a trapdoor or anything. It's just a little box in a container, and that was it.
Yep.
Okay. I'll hold on to the box for now until we get out of here.
Okay. Cool.
Is there still a pigeon?
Oh, sorry. There's one other thing. There's also a piece of paper underneath the box, and sorry, the box itself is one thing, and then there's a piece of paper underneath it which reads this. And then your first one was this. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you got those two. Okay. So basically, you can kind of escape from the kitchen if you really want. Now you've got what you want.
Pretty much.
Okay. Escape out. A lot of things are going on. You managed to serve a few things out, so that was nice.
Nice pigeon pie.
Yep, and you hear as people like walking out, they're eating soup and going, this tastes pretty good. And then one person's coughing and they cough out this feather. Like, oh. Probably should have plucked that pigeon before leaving it in the soup. But anyway, you know to come back here at any time. You know, it's a wonderful restaurant, soaring delights. Yes, quite. Okay, so you get outside. You want to open that box?
Yes.
So you see inside it, there's 2 silver daggers, and a note wrapped around them which reads, "For the shopkeep." So, the silver daggers, you can't keep them or sell them at the end of the adventure, but you can buy them for 1 treasure point, if you each, if you want them.
Okay.
But you can use them for the adventure, so if you're wanting to use them for anything. So the last place then is that area with the flying daggery things that we were talking about, or magic-y daggers or something. And you also know the location of it, Cadrus.
Yeah, so we'll head to the
It's a dock ward for it.
the alleyway of flying daggers.
Yeah. So it's an infamously cursed alley. No one goes near it because infinitely cursed. Or infamously. So as you get down there, you basically save for a few pieces of trash and discarded crates. This is a 5-foot wide, 70-foot long alleyway. It's like mostly clear of debris and stuff. It's pretty empty apart from this like manhole in the middle of the alleyway. It's kind of shaded from sunlight, so it's like dim light. Street lamps don't reach as far, but it's daytime anyway. And it seems to be empty apart from that.
I guess the manhole covers our target. Look underneath.
Okay, so you're moving into the alleyway? You've heard about these magical dagger things.
No. Has anyone got any plans?
So
we should go to the Crimson Brush in the Southern Ward.
Southern Ward. Yeah.
Did you get it finish at the same time as me?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Southern Ward. I was just starting to say it exactly the same time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been trying to get the thing.
We've been working out the puzzle.
Yeah,
I typed it out in Word and then highlighted every 4th letter a different color, and then just read them out all in order.
I wrote it out as a matrix.
Would you like to just bypass this area as you're like, wait a minute, I got it.
I done it slightly wrong, but it was still legible.
If we were to do this area, would it literally just give us more clues to point us to the Crimson Brush?
I would tell you after.
Okay. But given our press for time, probably.
If you know the clue, that's go to the Crimson Brush. Go to the Crimson Brush.
Do I know the? Could I be familiar with the term Crimson Brush? Like, do I know whether it's a location or a pub or a shop or something? Or
it's.
Do you want me to make a roll?
Make me a history check because it's not. Because you wouldn't know every area in Waterdeep.
Exactly, and I wouldn't expect. Sure. No.
Rough.
No. Maybe not familiar with it.
However, you know it's going to be in the southern ward based on the circle on the map. It's going to be the 4th location.
Let's go there.
Right.
That's for directions.
Okay. Yeah.
You want to go there?
Yeah, I think straight there, because I imagine that clue 3, if this next one is just going to be.
There's also one more bonus one if you want, but you know, it's
given press for time.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Right. So you've got that, and you go to the Crimson Brush. So you spend a little bit of time having a look around the south side, and you come across what looks like an art shop called the Crimson Brush. No, there's no windows on the ground floor. It's a small 2-story building. It kind of looks standard building. It's not horrendously fancy or anything like that. From the outside, at least. But there's no windows down here to see inside. So.
And what sort of premises is it, did you say?
It's an art shop.
An art shop.
Crimson Brush.
Of course. Let's get our art on.
So you're pretty arty, Cadris. I'm sure you can distract the shopkeep while I have a look around.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just take a moment to kind of fix my clothes. I do have a disguise kit, so without doing a proper full-on disguise, I just like to kind of make myself look a little more eccentric.
Okay.
As much as a blue/purple tiefling can look.
Okay, so you're gonna look like super fancy and different kind of thing, or?
No, just like kind of, decorate my horns slightly. Overdo some heavy eyeliner.
Okay. By the way, you can take a short rest on the way here if you want. Just because it's like the last part. If you want to take a short rest in terms of just roll some hit dice and get health back.
Yes.
And I'll get my spell slot back as well.
Yeah. There you go.
Spicy.
When filling out magic items on the AL thing, do I do, like Silver Dagger? I'm pretty sure it's a common.
It's not a magic item. You can choose to buy one at the end of this module.
Oh right, but I don't. But it is not an unlocked thing to buy.
No.
Right. Okay.
It costs 100 gold pieces just to silver a weapon, so you can do that at any time. It's just this is like an additional thing for this module.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So if you ever want a silver greatsword, you just spend an extra 100 gold, which is actually 2 treasure points, because 50 gold per treasure point. Okay, so once you've all healed up and got your other stuff, forgot to take a turnover off ages ago. Oh, wait, you're still in basically a blank map. I moved everything across, didn't I? And then everything just went dark.
Yeah, we're just looking at a black screen.
Sorry. It was just in case you needed to fight any spectral daggers in an alleyway. I started moving things. But obviously you did not need to do that. So, you're going into the art shop then now that you've all prettied yourself up?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you go into the art shop. And... right, so... It's like a 15-foot wide by 50 feet long art shop. So it kind of it's long and it's got like a lot of art stuff on the walls. It's got a bunch of little like podium things where there's items sitting on, and it's got a very clear theme as you walk into it. All the canvas artwork is like includes like it's a lot of like blood as a theme. There's like rivers of blood, and there's like blood dripping down like doors, and the items themselves are kind of like they look covered in some sort of blood, and you're starting to realize the Crimson Brush is got a very particular taste in its art. There's the main kind of one is this large portrait that sits behind the counter, behind which one man stands. The portrait itself shows like this statue pointing to a mausoleum crypt highlighted by a blood red sunset in the background. The man who's standing is sort of like just below it behind the counter is wearing sort of like a tuxedo, has a thin black mustache that kind of curls around. He's got his hands like behind his back as he starts walking from behind the counter in order to greet you into the shop.
I'm so glad I said I basically put on my goth makeup.
And he says, "Welcome to the Crimson Brush. Please have a look around. If there's anything you wish to purchase, then let me know."
Oh.
Yes, I'll say. Yes, I was just telling this fine lady here.
Oh, by the way, are
that
you
had
coming
the
in?
most-
Are you coming in here with like the drift globe on or off? Just like
Off.
off. Okay.
Yeah, I was telling this fine lady here that you had the most exquisite Sangatory art to be seen in this side of Waterdeep. Indeed. This
Zanafia
side of Faerun.
just looks at you, kind of like questioning, and going like, "Really?" And then she looks at him and goes, I think nods, without actually saying anything.
Well, I don't know. She's awake. Does she do that?
Yeah.
Okay. You awake now? I can read Zanafia pretty well. It's like all of these characters, just like all my barmen.
Yeah, I'd like to kind of go up to him and go, now tell me, which are the most recent works? Always.
Let me show you.
When an artist brings their freshest work to show.
Let me show you around. And he starts bringing you towards like this little stand that is basically all these teeth that come around in a necklace, each of them with what looks like blood kind of has been dripping, and it has been dripping recently onto the podium itself and down it.
So while Ed's being, or rather, while Cadris is being shown around, I'm going to take Skog, and the two of us are going to start having a look around by ourselves. Sort of like just looking for places where it looks like maybe this is where they would hide a glyph and just sort of going on off with the drift globe.
Okay, so
yeah, and that was also my exact intent, was
so
I kind of distract this guy.
So Cadris, I want you to make me a deception check for distracting, and I want a stealth check from both Skog and Kian. And Zanafia, if you want to help out, you can roll deception as well. And we'll take the higher number between you two.
What I want to do is try to do something with me amulet.
Okay.
Let's see if it works. I need to get the information.
Which amulet is this? Is this the cantrip one?
Yeah.
This is the common magic item. Well, you do one cantrip a day as long as you make a DC something other check.
Yeah, I'm checking what that is.
Okay, so let's see. We got 2. Oh, yeah. Well, one's a terrible stealth check. One's an okay stealth check.
Oh, that's different. It's my other character that has it. It's a different thing.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay, so you flash. You're flashing around the shop here. For the first kind of like half the shop, you don't notice any glyphs on this side. Now they are on the other side, so if you start flashing over there, it's going to get more difficult. You're
Yeah,
making
and
your way
I'm trying
further
to-
back.
I'm trying to kind of, if he's on a podium, I want to kind of walk around it, so get him to turn, so his back is to.
Yeah. So at one point he tries to
everyone
take
else.
you across to the other side where those guys are, and you kind of like, oh wait, what's this over here? Like, ah, yes. And he brings you over and starts speaking about these 2 pairs of boots that are sitting there, which seem to be completely filled up with blood.
Talking about how many virgins you had to kill for all this virgin blood.
Yes. These boots are like filled with blood, and they're like dripping down the laces and stuff. And this is all art. No one got hurt while doing this art, obviously. You make your way round to the back of the shop and make me another deception check and another set of stealth rolls. And then Lee, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm kind of just gonna look around. Who has the drift glove?
Kian, I think.
Have you lit it up?
They've been like flashing it on and off, so the guy in the shop doesn't see.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing this stealth checks for.
I just want to help with that.
You want to wait? You're currently with Cadris. If you want to help with the deception, keep him away. That'll help those guys. Okay. So your deception just about kind of pulls them away enough so that by the time the guys get to the back of the room and light the drift globe up against the big portrait behind the bar, behind the counter, you see that this big glyph appears right in the middle. Right in the middle of it. It's like this large. It's a portrait featuring a statue pointing to a mausoleum crypt, highlighted by a blood red sunset in the background. You don't immediately know of this mausoleum in the city, but you'll have to sort of spend a bit of time or ask Cadris about it.
Can I place my hand gently on the glyph?
Yep.
See if I notice anything, because so far every glyph we've seen, except from the one on the map, has been a secret door.
Yes, that's true. You place it gently on it, and nothing happens.
So like I don't feel any sort of give as to like the painting doesn't. If I were to press slightly harder, the painting doesn't push back further than I would expect the wall to go.
This one's a bit different as well. It's a glyph that's like painted about a foot wide.
Right.
It's way bigger than any of the other ones. Sort of encompassing the whole like crypt part of the painting.
Right. Okay. So clearly it's pointing to this sort of crypt. Something to ask Cadris about.
Cadris is currently distracting the guy. And he's like moving across the room, and he's trying to keep the guy away from all you. And he's starting like.
I was trying to keep in such a way to kind of make sure his back was always to whatever Kane and Skog were doing. So would I also see the glowing glyph then?
Yeah, you'll see that glyph glow up. You're like, oh. But you won't be able to make out any details from here unless you get like up close to it.
Yeah, well, like once I see them, kind of maybe like Kane has done the check and I
would turn the drift globe off immediately as soon as I've seen it and sort of made a mental note of it.
I will kind of go
like Zanapio will notice as well.
What have I just seen? And then I'll point towards the large artwork and walk over.
He turns around and like where you're pointing and sees that the other 2 guys are standing there looking at it. And he's like,
And I'll just kind of say, exquisite.
Yes, this one. This is it's one of our older paintings. We keep it up here simply because, you know, historical purposes and things.
Yeah,
But it's
I'll
not
make
not
a
one that
photo
is
of it.
it's not one that is for sale. It's more one that.
I can see how you would never be able to sell something like this.
No,
If
no.
I had a chance to look at this every day, I would.
Yes,
I would certainly
sentimental
not sell it
purposes,
either.
but it is wonderful. But please come have a look at these ones. If you're looking to sell, I can perhaps do some sort of offer for you.
Yeah, no, I'll kind of take a half step away, then I'll kind of go back and go and look up at it and go. Tell me, now I could be wrong, but do I recognize? I'll say this to him. I seem to recognize.
No, no, no. It's all just an imaginative type one. These aren't based off real life experiences or such. And he's starting to look a bit nervous and
Yeah,
a bit wary.
I'll say. No, surely my mind has drifted to this location before.
No, 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 no. You're mistaken. Please let us have a look at this one over here. I have this portrait of a watchtower, and as you can
Yeah,
see,
and-
it's got a clock on it, which is dripping with blood.
Do I obviously pick up on the fact that he's trying to kind of drag me away?
Yes, he's trying to like distract you and pull you away from it.
Does Cadris get to make a check as to whether he knows where this mausoleum is?
It will take a few minutes of actually really looking at the picture and having a look at everything
Yeah,
in
no,
it.
I, rather than kind of letting him get away, I'll kind of, stay looking at it and go, and say to him, kind of conspiratorially, kind of go, come now, just between us. I'll lie awake all night otherwise.
No, 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 no. It's as I said, it is all just fantasy. It is fiction. It is made up. We only keep it for sentimental purposes, not because it's actually accurate. Most of the things in here are all fiction.
Most.
Wait, for instance, I did not just tear up a beautiful young woman and fill those boots filled with her blood.
Of course
It's
not.
fiction.
Nobody
Fiction.
certainly would suggest that. So he's obviously the artist, not just not just like a gallery owner.
He is the artist of most of these things, but he's not the artist of this one. This is
Do you have a
sentimental
particularly
purposes from someone else.
Eastern European sounding accent.
I can't think of an Eastern European accent. Leave me alone.
No. I'm just talking about, like, does he sound just what's the word for it? Was it Nosferatu, something like that?
Something like that.
Would it be possible for Skog to try and this sort of thing you do? Try and lick a bit of the red paint.
Sure, if you
to see
want.
if he can
As
if it's
as you go to lick the kind of red paint, hey, whoa! I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. You cannot be licking the art.
he's just gonna go for it.
You lick it, and he okay. Well, first of all, it does taste like blood.
It tastes like blood.
Yep.
And it
But-
looks like blood.
As you do, the artist like kind of like enrages, and you see his eyes kind of turn like yellow, and he starts to grow these fangs.
The fuck? Don't.
And I need you to roll initiative.
You want us to roll initiative?
Yeah, once give me a second to put the initiative thing up.
Jesus.
I should have just hopped on that train.
You're gonna need to add us manually, by the way. 'cause we've
Oh,
got
sorry.
that.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I will just move it back to the title screen. Okay, so we just roll it again. Click again, roll again.
Just roll it again, Ed. Oh.
Yeah, I was just selecting the character.
I say the name of this guy was Gath.
They are all pretty good initiative rolls.
Yeah.
Right. I think he got 12. Yeah, so he starts to grow a bunch of hair and teeth, and he's no longer happy with just letting you leave peacefully. So, Cadris.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, I licked the painting.
Yeah.
It's okay, he was suspicious of you anyway. You kept going
You
back
say
to the
hair
painting.
and teeth and stuff.
Yep.
Like
You're a level 1 character, there's no way you know.
no, but hair and teeth doesn't mean much to me. Like if you
He's got
like,
starting to get a long pointed snout. His eyes are going yellow. He's getting like this big long curly tail. Big thin curly tail.
motherfucker.
So I just need to fix something.
Oh,
Mistake
thin
character
curly tail,
sheet.
right? Okay, I
Yeah.
get you. Perhaps say like a rodent-like.
Yes, he's looking quite rodent-esque.
I would like
He's a
to
druid.
look at him.
He's a druid,
and
yes.
Go. Dissonant whispers.
I thought you were going to say, "You tried to lie to me, you filthy rat."
He feels.
You damn dirty rat, you.
Okay, so he's gonna take 11 damage, and he sort of runs away 30 feet.
Does anyone get an attack of opportunity against him?
No, he wasn't like right up with
He-
anyone.
He used his movement.
No one has their weapon drawn anyway, so.
Now, in terms of initiative, Xanafia and I.
You can
Can I,
choose.
can I also
You can
say
go
to him?
first.
I'll go
I
first.
point at the big picture we saw, and I said, "We only wish to know the location of this mausoleum."
And he yells, "I'll never tell you where my master is."
Never tell which. Sorry, you.
Well,
cut
where my master is.
where your master is.
Then he goes, crap. And then he goes to attack you. Anyway, who wants to go first? Xanafia or Ken?
I'm going first, and what I'll do is I'll draw out one of those silver daggers.
Oh yeah, and I would like to use my movements to move as far away from him as I can.
Oh, you're already at the back wall, so you can't go any further.
Yeah.
But he had to run like 30 feet down the art room.
Yeah, I'll pull out one of those silver daggers and pass it to Xanafia.
Okay.
So that's just my object interaction, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would actually not take it. I'd rather use my sword, even if it does less damage.
It'll do nothing.
You have no idea.
Okay.
You've never
I'll give
fought
you it
a
anyway.
were
I'll say
thing.
just- yeah. And yeah, I'll Eldritch Blast him.
Okay. That hits.
Nice.
Oh wow,
Whoa,
you're actually doing
very
damage
nice.
now. Okay. Remember, the whole killing thing, just to let you guys know. Xanafia.
Okay. I am doing non-lethal.
Sure.
Okay.
Is this -5 plus 10? No.
No.
It basically clanks off him, and he kind of goes. He takes no damage from that.
Well,
You might want to use that silver dagger. Kian.
No, that I already took my turn.
Oh, sorry. It was Kian. So it's Kian and Xanafia. Okay. Then it's Skog.
Skog, the little lad, is going to cast Frostbite.
He feels. So
And now his next weapon attack has disadvantage.
okay, so there's only one person in front of him, which is Zanafia. So he's gonna attack her. Okay, so he's going to. Yep, he's gonna try and bite her with disadvantage, which is gonna miss. And then the second attack is he's gonna try and like slash her with these claws. Oh, which is also gonna miss. Wonderful. Cadris.
Yeah. I'm gonna mock him viciously.
Ooh, viciously mock him. He passes that one.
Yeah, that's traditional. I'm now back to being a traditional bard.
For me, I'm gonna shout out to him. Tell us, or the artwork goes up in flames. Burning hands. At the ready, after shouting my challenge to him.
Okay, make a intimidation check.
Oh, you're not gonna give me advantage on that one, are you?
He yells, I never liked that one anyway. You'll never find it. And if you don't spend a little bit more time looking at it, you might not find it.
That's what I mean. I was hoping to intimidate him into it, and then I'll bring my I'll bring my hands down. What will I do?
Well, it's your action to make a check like that.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Zanafia.
I don't want to grapple him.
Sure. Athletics check. Yep, you grapple him.
Awesome.
Anything else?
Well, that's my action.
Skog. You guys had a really good first round. Fairy fire. Just him, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. He feels, I think.
Yes.
Your DC is higher than 12. Is it?
13.
13, okay. So he's fairy fired. What color? Violet? Blue?
It's gotta be
Green?
green.
Green, of course. Right. He's glowing green currently. And it's his turn, and he's grappled, so he can't move. So he's going to try and attack Zanafia with a bite.
Ooh.
I think it's going to miss. Zanafia, how much AC do you have anyway?
16.
Oh, he just missed it. Twice. Okay. He's not doing well. Cadris.
Where is the other silver dagger?
I think Kian
Yeah,
still
I
has it.
have it. I have the other silver dagger.
Is it something that I can do to go past Kane and take the dagger off him and make an attack?
Yep. Remember, you can only do non-lethal
Yes,
with a melee attack.
Yes. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go past Kane, snatch the dagger out of his hand, and then try and club the guy on the back of the head with the dagger, basically.
Yep, you can use the hilt. No problem.
Yeah. I have a dagger already lined up. A 12 hits, I think.
12 hits, yeah. 5, nice.
Yeah, 5.
You kind of like, "Arrgh," in like rat terror.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and again, just say to him, tell us where it is.
Okay. That's Cadris Kian.
Oh, because I had advantage on that roll anyway. It was an 18, so I forgot that.
Do you?
Because the fairy fire.
Oh yeah.
And me grappling him.
Oh, grapple doesn't do that. Grapple's
Fairy
just no
fire.
movement.
Doesn't give advantage.
Oh,
You need to push him
Right,
prone.
yeah, push him prone. But it does give him disadvantage, doesn't it?
Nope.
No,
Just no
grapple
movement.
Grapple just stops him moving.
Alright.
Restrained is the disadvantage one, which is why you take the grappler feat to pin them.
But then you pin yourself as well.
Yep.
It's not a very good feat. I am. There's nothing I can really do here that wouldn't run the risk of killing him.
Yep.
So I'm going to take out my writing kit.
Well, take the dagger from me. Like, I'm not using it. I'm grappling.
I-
You're not gonna be able to.
Honestly,
yeah.
you don't want that. I like it won't be useful. Just in case anything happens, I'll take out my writing kit and I'm going to start making a
Okay.
sketch.
No problem.
of
Znavia,
the, painting.
I want to knock him prone.
go for it. He got a 22. Oh, just. So you don't get to knock him prone. He kind of like holds his ground. Skog.
Skog's gonna move up, and I can non-lethally primal savagery, can't I? Because it's
Yeah, I'm happy with non-lethal melee attacks for like magic and stuff.
Well, I mean that's just it. That's what it says in the player's handbook anyway. All melee attacks, not
Okay.
just weapon attacks.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Non-lethal acid.
Hey. Yeah, 8 points of non-lethal
How
acid
do
damage.
you want to do 8 points of non-lethal acid damage?
I just want to come up behind him and just rake him down the back with my fingernails.
Okay, so
lethally.
run down.
Non-lethally.
He's
Ah!
he kind of like goes unconscious from the pain and like blacks out. He drops to the
So
floor.
he's out.
He's out.
Climb up.
He's unconscious, yeah. And
Climb up.
you can hear some commotion from outside.
I think we should call the guards.
We were just attacked by this creature.
And we're in his gallery full of blood.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's that as well. Cadris, go and have a look at the. Or
Yeah,
come and
I'll
have a
go
look at
and-
this thing.
Look at the artwork.
Okay. So
Hmm.
yeah, after a few more minutes, you can hear thumping in the doors. The guards yelling, and you're like, I got it, because where the map is pointing, it's you'll know it's in what's the quarter called? The City of the Dead. So you know it's around there, but it's like the exact location, and you think you've seen that one before. You could point to it.
Tell me, is he still in semi-transformed form?
He's in rat form, yeah.
Yeah. None of us are injured.
Nope.
I'm gonna regret this. That boot of blood, those boots of blood.
Mhm.
I would like to take one and like pour kind of half onto my side.
'Kay.
And get a rag and kind of hold kind of a bunch of cloth against me and kind of double over slightly.
Okay. I
You
want
need to take the
I want
actor.
you to give me a let's see,
I
a
have
charisma
the disguise
check.
kit,
Yeah.
If that makes a difference.
Charisma check with proficiency because of this disguise kit. That's what I was thinking.
So I'll just charisma check.
So,
I'll
just
roll
whatever your
plus
whatever.
2. Yeah, plus 2 on this.
23.
23.
Okay. Yeah. So it's pretty. It looks pretty real.
Yeah.
And the guards kind of like burst in the door. Like
Yeah.
I mean, they turn the handle and burst in, but they do it. I mean, why would you break down the door?
Because you're just automatically here. Because guards like to break things.
Yeah, so they kind of like 8 of them walk in like, hey, what's going on here? And they look at everything and they see you like covered in blood, this rat person on the ground. Like,
Yeah.
And they draw their
just,
weapons going-
Holding my side. Yeah, holding my side and panting. Maybe try and put my hand up on, grabbing the Skoog's cloak, and say, "This creature attacked us. We're looking at the artwork. said it was disturbed, and he just went mad and started attacking us.
What the? Okay, right. And he starts like they start talking among each other. Like they see that the rat creature is like knocked out currently, so they put their weapons away. They see that you're no threat to them, and they come up to you like, "Are you all right? How did you deal with that?"
I have a physician that I like to frequent, if I may. Please.
Yeah, yes. Whenever you've been patched up, come to the guard station, and we'll get a inquiry of you.
Of course.
Make sure he's okay. Go. And the guards are like, they kind of more concentrating the rat person, and that guard is telling you guys to go with him.
Right, yeah, we'll sort of bundle them out. Thank you.
As I go out,
you came just in time.
As I go out,
don't know how long you'll be out for.
I'll turn back and say, he ranted about killing women to make his artwork.
And you can see the guard's face kind of go dark, and like, did he know? We'll take care of this. Don't you worry.
I know of women.
Exactly.
And let's get the flock out of there.
Yeah. So it's the next part of this adventure is going to that area in the City of the Dead. So this is you completing this part. It's like a trilogy kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah. You didn't get to do the second bonus
Mark,
objective.
I told you, abrupt ending.
It's not that abrupt. It's kind of all right. Like you finish off this point, but you don't know where X marks the spot, but you now know where X is. But it's really good to do in order. Like it kind of would suck to do them out of order.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah. Sorry. It kind of just finishes here. There's a bonus objective one as well. But you didn't get doing that one, and you also didn't do the third part of the first part, which is the spectral dagger area. So like you could actually get through it really quick if you don't attack the rug, or faff around for an hour at the start. But that was because we were waiting for Xavier, and I was still making stuff because this is the first time we're using this Roll20 thing. And I was working on it till like 1 a.m. last night, so it's not like I'm lazy about. But anyway, I thought it was quite fun. I actually quite like that module. A little bit difficult in some areas.
So what would the clue have been if we'd went to the other area that we'd skipped?
So I had all these.
The alley of flying daggers.
Yeah. So all the clues put together here is this.
Oh right, we already got that.
Yeah, 2 of you already got it. You actually decided to figure it out instead of just leaving it until the last bit. But yeah, like you didn't miss too much in that area. Like there was 2 potions of healing, but apart from that, it was like flying daggers and things. And then there was that other bonus objective, which would have got you an extra treasure point and an extra advancement point. So you would have actually got a level out of it. Whereas at the minute, you can't actually get 1 level up. You get 3 out of 4 advancement checkpoints. So.
And how many treasure?
3. You get as many treasure checkpoints as advancement at this level. So 3 ACP, 3 TCP, and you also all unlock Wand of Secrets, which is usable by anyone. Yeah.
Oh, that was the.
That's the magic item. Yep. And then if you wish, you can buy a silver dagger for 1 treasure point, but you can only do that at the end of this module. And there's also that spell book. So unless anyone else wants it, I think Kian was taking it. So also write that. Also write that down in the notes section.
Yep.
So yeah, if we do more like ALE type stuff, this is kind of how it runs. Though if you're doing modules that are not this season, you basically get ACP and TCP as per how many hours you play, up to a maximum of the module length, and they're practically all 2 or 4 hours. So if you actually complete a 4-hour module in 3 hours, then you only get 3.
How many downtime do we get?
5. You get 5 still.
And we don't get any GP because we get that from leveling up.
Sorry, wait, is it 5 downtime or? No, sorry, it's 10 downtime at 1 or 9. You get GP on a level up. Yeah, so I think when you level up, I think it's 75. But you can also trade in treasure checkpoints for 50 gold each, but I would advise against it at this level because
How many downtime did you say?
10.
10 and 3 treasure CPs.
Yes, 3 advancement and 3 treasure.
Unless you
three
want to do slow
advancement.
progression.
Yeah, if you want to do slow progression, you take half. But like at level 1,
Why?
yeah, well, it's good for if you've got like, you know, 1 tier 3 character and like 4 tier 4s, and you want to just keep playing in tier 3 for a while. Like I've got 1
Oh,
tier
yes.
2 character, 1 tier 3, and 1 tier 4, so I might not want to level out too much.
Yeah, I got a couple tier 2s, so those I'm doing regular. I've got 1 tier 3 who's getting close to tier 4, and I already have a tier 4 character that I love playing with, and I don't like choosing between those two, so I'm doing slow progression on my tier 3 character. That way you also get to unlock multiple like items, so then you can really choose what type of items you want for that character. It's a way to unlock more stuff because most uncommons are unlocked at this tier and most rares are unlocked at the next tier kind of thing. There's not really any that separate from the others.
How do we add in DM quests these days? Because I unlock one of the secrets because you guys are new to AL. I guess I'll just add it as a magic item.
Yeah, I'm going to take a quick break just to kind of.
Yeah, how long do we want to take a
what we
break?
What is it called, Mark?
I'll see where Chris is, but we'll see.
It's very top of the chat, like.
7:45.
45 minutes.
7:45.
45 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. See you in a while.
Okay.
I'm thinking of doing slow progression.
You'll level out with that, will you? Wait a minute.
I think so.
Well, slow progression is kind of good because
Yeah, I need 3.
The only thing is you need 3. Yeah. Okay. Right, I'm gonna turn.
Three. That's an annoying number.
Right. I'm gonna log out of the Roll20 game. Yeah, I'm gonna hop at Discord for a bit. I'll be back into the Yawning Portals Discord about 7:45. See you in a bit.
Yeah.
Really good. Everybody. Not